I'm back. The internet is working at the moment. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jerry. You're watching The Jerry Show right here on YouTube and Twitch, where we come to you each and every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific. And she did it again. She barked at me. Here, leave me alone. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. F1 race is going on here live in Vegas. We've got 3 makers in the back room. We'll bring them in. Also, we'll be giving away 2 rolls of Polymaker today. Since last week, I never could get back on. This new program I'm using called Talk Studio. If the host is gone for more than 5 minutes, it'll drop the stream. That's what they said. Nothing I can do about it. And if I had a co-host, it wouldn't matter. It'd still drop the stream. So if it happens today and I can't get my internet back up fast enough, I'll log on with my cell phone to just hopefully save the stream. Because last week we had 11 people on camera. Things were going great, and then till they weren't. So anyway, let me bring in the people in the back room and we'll get going. Hello, Matt.
Hey, how's everyone?
Hello, Craig.
What's up, guys?
Kenny, what's going on?
Last? What do you mean last?
The order that you drop in.
I'm local, dude.
First.
I'm your homie. You know what I'm saying?
But you were sleeping and you showed up in the back room last, so you come in.
Woohoo! I'm never.
You snooze, you lose.
I'm never last. Man.
He was resting his eyes.
Russ Gare, hello. How are you doing? Zadie Maker Zach, Delos Logos 3D Printing. Derek, Kenneth Davis, how is everybody doing? Chris Mink, what is going on? You resubscribed with Prime, Chris, over on YouTube. Or on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Let me jump over here to chat. And let me throw a banner up. What's new with you guys? What's going on? Richard McLean, hello. How are you doing?
Nothing much. I've been doing some printing. I printed a toy for my dog or cat. Well, let me put my see.
Nice.
All these. You just roll it and
and what happens?
And treats fall out.
Oh, treats come out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool, actually. My female would be attacking that son of a gun. As big as she is.
I think me and Matt are all chatted out. We've been talking to Jerry behind the scenes for probably about 85 minutes.
Hey, no. I'm not chatting out.
Well, guess what, man? You're going to hear the same crap for about 3 hours.
And
you might hear it twice.
For the past hour and a half.
Hey, you were listening. You just weren't inputting.
I know.
You weren't
I
inputting.
almost fell asleep. I'm like,
oh my goodness.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, one of our viewers here in Vegas, he got to meet me. He came up. He had bought some insulators that I was selling, and I really appreciate it. It was nice meeting you, Richard. Hello, Russ. Yeah, the reason before the stream, I usually talk to people in the back room about what I'm going to talk about during the stream. Then during the stream, I talk about it. Then later, when new people come in, I talk about it again, maybe even a third time. And when I tape videos, my wife says you repeat yourself too much. Well, when I tape a video, it's usually over multiple days, and I might bring up the same thing more than once, not realizing it. Then when I edit, I can't always chop that out. So that's why that happens. That's my excuse anyway, and I'm sticking to it.
Now, so original.
Okay, the Joker that I was printing. When I dropped the camera, I was showing the Joker head and how big it was. That's the last thing I was doing. So we're going to sand print it as long as the time. And I've got the Joker head done at 800% scale from Sanix 3D and Polymaker filament. And I was talking about how I used a whole roll of glue on this, and people are like, well, how'd you use the whole roll? I had so many failures and screw-ups, which I'll explain in the video, that's how much of the blue roll was left when I was done. So then I wound up printing this one with lightning infill, which is 100% hollow. Very heavy duty, but it's hollow like a basketball. And then I was printing the base the other day. 4 parts to the base. And I got the fourth part going yesterday morning. It's going to be done. It's the other half of this. It's been cut in 4 pieces. And I ran out of filament, so I changed to some black filament. I have the TH3D, some Easy Choice filament they have, and it clogged my new nozzle that you guys bought me last week. I ordered 2 of them off Amazon. They worked perfect. That one part that wouldn't print printed perfect. Nozzle clogged. Tried to clear the nozzle, couldn't. Took the hot end apart. Couldn't get it cleared, so I had to take the second of the two nozzles, put it back on, and then I wound up breaking the heater, ceramic heater. And I don't have one, so I ordered one from Sobol. And I took a bamboo heater that I had that's brand new. The plug is a different style, and the wires are a heavier gauge. And I clipped it, wired it up, heat shrink tape, plugged it in, started to print. After a few minutes, had a temperature error problem, so the ohms or something is different about it. It won't work. So now it sits here being broke.
You need to do a PIT tuning test.
I thought about maybe I need a PID tune it. Maybe that would work. That's one thing I thought, but I haven't tried it yet. But I just need to get this fourth part printed. And to give you guys an idea, I figured when I do the video, let's take Sanich's model. We're going to print it out in the resin printer. Okay, see this base right here? That's the whole base. Well, right here is 1/4 of it. So there's a size difference. 100% scale as it was designed, real small. And then 800%. So that's what the video will be about if I ever get the other part printed. And then when I glue it together, I figured, okay, I'll use super glue and spray activator like I normally do. But since it's so big, I have plenty of glue. Why don't I use glue? But glue, you got to tape everything together and wait 24 hours or clamp it. So my thought is, put a big dollop of glue in the middle, put super glue around the outside, put those two pieces together, spray it with activator. Now it's 100% cured. Then over the next 24 hours, that glue will bond on the inside to make sure it never comes apart. People in chat, what do you think of that idea? Glue, super glue around it, push it together, hit it with activator. That way it's done. I don't have to tape it. Then over a 24-hour period, the glue will bond. I think that'll work. So I think that'll work good. And that's all I have to say right now. So everybody else go ahead.
Kenny, what are you working on?
I'm going to be working on a Scoopy Doop in here in a minute.
Scooby-Doo-Doo?
My buddy out in Utah, I made him, because they have a couple small dogs, so I made him a scoop, and that's what it's called. It's called a Scoopy Scoop, whatever. Anyways, you can't even find it anymore, because I looked for the file again, because I only have it in 3MF. I don't have it in STL. Because when I load it in 3MF, it's all purple and stuff, but I know I can load what colors I ever want to do and just ignore that in the
all you need to
studio.
I'll show you something. All you need to do is, right, go into Bamboo Slicer, go up to File, go to Export, and export all objects as STL files. Then you have an STL file from a VMF file.
Wonder why I don't think it was doing it for me, because I did try that earlier. I'll try it again now that I'm out of here. That was on my office computer. Anyways, continue. God, Jerry, you're frozen on Twitch.
Oh no! Yeah, I see that. Well, there it goes.
Actually, I'm frozen on. We're all frozen on Twitch.
I don't know. They're moving now. I don't know. Old guy printing. What's going on? Yeah, super glue clamping. That's a great name for it. I'll call it that. Thank you, Richard.
Super glue clamping.
And that is
Almighty Malachi. What's going on? How you doing today?
That's Chrome too.
The link is just spinning. Zach, that should be the right link. Frag dropped.
I'm here.
Oh, who dropped? Matt dropped.
Dropped.
There he is. I pulled him back in. Let's see. Let me reshare the link. Zach.
Well, at least chat's working. That's
there's the link again. Hopefully it'll work. Yeah, I don't know. My internet got screwed up. And then when my internet came back up, my cameras outside were working, but I had to take my Cat 6 cable out of my modem that goes directly to my PC, unplug it, plug it back in, and then my monitors were back online. But by that time, everybody was in the back room chatting and stream dropped. So I hate when that happens. And I think that'll keep happening until I get on fiber. It's been an ongoing problem for about 6 to 8 months now. It randomly happens.
Yeah, I
So-
swear.
And the program StreamYard that I used to use for a couple of years streaming, as you guys know, if I was offline, the stream will just keep running and running and running and running until I get back on and shut it down.
Yeah, we continued for about an hour and a half last week.
Yeah, but online it dropped right away.
Well, it's still showing that we're going to get
Somebody else coming in?
some poly maker.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zany Maker Zach. What's up, Zach? There he is.
In
There's
his
trouble.
pajamas.
What are you wearing?
Are those jammies? Jammies from when you were 2?
Did you wake up and go? Did you wake up and go? Oh, we have a stream today. Oh, I'm late. And you just got on.
Christmas shirt. Instead of having an ugly sweater, he's got the jammies. I mean, I don't know if this looks like a shirt, but are those jammies? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take that off the screen.
So
It's-
did you get
It's
your
an
blimp? Did
ugly
you get your
sweater.
blimp? Since you're not Ralphie, you're his little brother because you're not too buff and Anyways, Ralphie's a little thicker. So did you get your blimp this year for Christmas? Oh no, yeah, it was the blimp. I think Ralphie got it. I mean, his brother. God, what was Ralphie's brother's name? In the movie. A Christmas Story.
I have no problem making fun of Zach. He loves it.
Anyways, didn't he get like a blimp or something? I know Ralphie got his BB gun, but didn't he get his brother get a blimp? All right, nobody.
Isn't that
remembers.
where he went out and stuck his tongue on the post and he couldn't get it off?
That was that other guy. The other kid did that on a dare. Anyways, so all right, I guess nobody remembers the blimp, the little blimp toy.
No.
Because I remember Ralphie got the little bunny suit and he had to wear it. I remember that. Anyway.
Randy was the brother, but Dave Sam.
Okay. Yeah, because he had all kinds of stuff. That's mine. Sounds like somebody else I know.
All right, Jerry. Am I okay to talk about what we were talking about earlier? I don't want to bring it up if you don't want to talk about it.
Sure, just don't take an hour, but you can kind of simplify it.
Oh, I'm gonna take an hour.
There you go.
So a lot of you guys in this thing that we're doing, you gave me some advice on doing videos, and so I did a video, and I see that pretty much everybody here has a bamboo, so this may not be friend friendly. I got banned from Maker World.
I heard.
You what?
I heard that video that you posted.
Yeah. So basically, the short end of the stick is they banned me because people, in a certain amount of time, which they won't tell me, downloaded my models. And I guess in some form or fashion, they thought that I was trying to get people, like I was doing it with bots or whatever. And so it was a ban for life, and now it's a suspension, and I'm still fighting it. My issue was, though, is not so much that, like, I didn't upload because I wanted, like, I don't own the bamboo. I was doing it for the community, you know what I'm saying? And it was the responses. It was the lack of actual personnel responding and saying, oh, okay, it wasn't you, or whatever. And then, of course, it was that this is obviously an issue with people being banned from their platform because it's all over Google, but there's no YouTube videos. So I was like, you know what? I'll be the first one to put it out there. If I get my YouTube channel deleted, I only got 23 subscribers. So, what am I losing?
Yeah, Frank told me that when he uploaded, there was no option to download everything as a zip. Because every site I've ever been on, if there's multiple files, you click the top one, and it gives you an option just to pull them all as a zip file. You unzip on your computer. Frank says you have to download every file individually.
Yeah, that's what I was told. Because, I mean, I don't go and download. I don't like go create another file to see how people are, like you have one account, right? So I can't go when I go to download. I don't go download my own product, like my own models, and I didn't download anything from anyone else. So the way they were communicating it was that every time, so like when I uploaded Star Trek Kids, yes, Richard. Uh, they basically said that because my models were downloaded in a short amount of time, I got banned. And that's pretty much it. If you watch I know my video is long. You go to my YouTube channel and you can watch it, but it's pretty much 10 minutes of the first 10 minutes are about the Maker World stuff. The other 10 minutes is about file sharing and stuff like that. But it wasn't like it was like 3,000 downloads. It was only 286. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, only 286 people downloaded, and then they banned me for life. So even if I owned a Bamboo and I was downloading content or whatever, my account is suspended. I can't even action anything on MakerWorld.
Anybody can download from MakerWorld from any printer company. It doesn't have to be Bamboo specific.
Yeah, but my account is suspended. I can't do anything on it.
There's a fix for that.
Yes, I know, but I don't care.
I know. I wouldn't care either. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not a brand fan. Yes, I have a Bamboo, but I'm not a brand fan.
Well, I call it. So I ended up, doing the video. I didn't think anybody, would really even watch it. And then I put it up in a 3D print group. And there are, in any community, right, you have people that understand the situation and people that don't understand. And then you have like super fans or whatever. So the
fanboys,
the Bamboo Nation guys that
well, I got a name
really,
for that one.
Really hardcore about it. Basically, it was my fault that I got banned. It was my fault. I did something wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. And I was like, and it was a lot of negative. So I ended up leaving the group. They ended up deleting my post. And that just goes to show you, the censorship in regards to some of these platforms is how because I was told by an admin in one of these big 3D print groups that if you talk negative about Bamboo or MakerWorld, something with Facebook dings the group. The post gets deleted and the group gets dinged for some kind of rule breaking.
I've heard with TikTok videos, don't talk about your YouTube channel or YouTube at all, or you'll get shadow banned, and all of a sudden people won't be seeing your stuff, and you'll wonder why.
I mean, yes, most of you guys that know me know that I've never been, a Prusa guy, or like I had a printer from somewhere else. If anything, I have Anycubic, resin printers, and I love them. But as far as FDM, I never owned a Prusa or anything like that. Ooh, some Stargate, I love it. And so the fact that you can't even voice your concerns because you're not getting customer service help or proper resolution is frustrating. And then, of course, from a maker standpoint, you look at it as a designer. We're all of us in this community kind of are interlocked, right? So as a designer, we either sell or we give away our stuff, and makers make it. Now that maker can either paint it and sell it, or he or she may make it and sell the prints. Like those are pretty awesome, Jerry. Is that FDM?
Yeah, no, resin, Sanix 3D.
And or a maker makes it and sells the file to a really great painter, and then they paint it and they bring it to like a convention or something. And but it all starts with the people designing. And if you're banning and you're attacking the people that are designing, who's going to upload to these platforms? You know,
Sanix has up to 50% off right now. Go to sanix3d.com. If you're not on his Patreon, you can individually buy models. He's got a lot of sales going on.
I don't know. You guys want to answer Richard's question? I don't think so. All I know is that from my standpoint, I cannot action. All the thing I can see on my account is my analytics. I can't download. I can't upload.
No, it wouldn't affect the printer. That's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
They might own Maker World. That's a whole different division, I'm sure, that would run all that. It has nothing to do with your printer.
Right. And to be clear, because Jerry brought this up earlier, right? I wasn't bad mouthing anybody, but I also did not mention anything about Bamboo because those are separate things, right? Bamboo and Maker World, even though they're kind of interlocking, they're separate. I just personally don't have a Bamboo printer, you know, and I know a lot of you guys do, and I've heard nothing but good things. My issue is with this situation of getting banned because and it really does boil down to their point system, right? Like I had X amount of downloads. I had a lot of points. And
I think it's going to get fixed. The right person with Bamboo needs to watch your video or see what's going on, and if people share it and talk about it, it'll get itself fixed if you didn't do anything wrong. If Frag had a Bamboo printer and he's using Bamboo Slicer or Orca and he goes to Maker World to download, he probably wouldn't be able to log in because they've done this ban on him or suspension. So he just have to buy the printer and probably put it in his girlfriend's name or something. I don't know. Or his son's name or his dog. I mean, years ago, I got a call from Playboy magazine about a subscription renewal or something like that. I don't remember what
I love where this is going.
Anyway, I got a call wanting me to renew, and I said they want to talk. And I said, can they talk to such and such? I said, you can't. That's my dog. And then the lady about fell out of her chair on the phone the way it sounded because I'd put the subscription on my dog's name like 25 years ago. So anyway.
Hey Zach, when you're sanding, you need to bring that camera down just a little bit because it looks like you're doing something else.
If I'm going this long of strokes, then I think I should be okay.
I'm impressed. I'm jealous.
You should be.
She likes it.
Hey,
I cannot find a thing for this.
Yeah, I mean,
Matt.
It can be frustrating because I've had people talk to me, other makers, in regards to that have Patreon groups, and they've had similar issues with CG Trader because in some of their policies, right, you can't direct people to your Patreon through CG Trader. They'll cut your stuff out. And so I know that everybody has rules and things like that, but if you're not breaking such rules, explain to me why. Are those your cards? Is that a lot of cards?
CMYK filament.
Oh no, that's filament. Oh, your K1. Did your K1 come in?
No, sadly not yet.
Oh,
but yeah, no, this is for the Bamboo. So
a shameless plug.
You know, I use a different CMYK now.
I got kicked off with
from Polymaker.
2018, 2019. I don't remember exactly when. I got kicked off the CR10 group. They used to be the biggest group around at the time on Facebook. Yeah. And the reason I got kicked off is if you see all the stuff around me and all the stuff I've done in the past, I used to have multiple printers running, and I would post on like 10 or 12 groups multiple times a week because I was printing so much stuff. And I would print links to my YouTube channel on there. They didn't like it, and they banned me. And I got it overturned, but they didn't like that I was sharing links to my YouTube channel on the CR10 group. So I started my own 3D printing group a long time ago.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Zany Maker Zach, the other one. No, excuse me, Zach.
Wait, what?
That's already
We've got the other Zach.
I can't handle two Zachs.
Hey, Zach, sorry, I don't know why I did that.
Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Got a Zach.
That's what I was thinking about earlier.
No, I'm Zany Maker Zach
Oh
too.
my goodness, Zachary.
Yeah, he's your Dutch
But I can
duplicator.
already assure you that Zany Maker Zach Zany Maker Zach makes a lot of cool stuff. I also make a little bit cool stuff.
I started
You
to
say
watch
cool stuff.
I started to
Look
watch
at
your
that.
video on the Prusa core
Yeah.
because so I'm going to be doing a review of my tier time, which came out
Have you moved?
before Bamboo, which came out before all these other guys, but they're just not in our lane. And what was funny is when I saw not your video, I saw the premiere video that they did, and it's black and orange. I'll send you a picture on Facebook. The tier time Upbox Plus, it's has that orange strip and it's black, and I was like, geez, everybody's just like everything's starting to look the same,
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I wanted to talk with Joseph about that, about several kind of things that I saw from the introduction video on YouTube and also the website. But Joe is always in a rush. He had his backpack on his back. He was at the moment to leave, and I said, like, okay, we are going to talk about it some other time.
he's like the 3D printing Winter Soldier. He's always got a backpack and he's ready to go.
Yeah, most of the time he's very chill, very relaxed. But this was on the Thursday, just before the show was going to close. So yeah, I always have the most perfect timing with those things. But yeah, I mean, like, it is a very cool looking printer. I mean, I saw it in person. Yes, I know the print is a little bit more expensive. No, you don't get for the price, including with the multicolor, the MMU3. But yeah,
But I'm sure that they're going to head in that direction at some point because everybody's on that bandwagon. I mean, they
were already going that direction in the Core XY because the XL came out before the Bamboo Labs X1C. Yeah, everybody was asking for it, and eventually they did it. But yeah, of course, Bamboo Labs, and they are watching the videos as well from what I do, and there was somebody commenting something about it, and they know exactly what he said or the person said in the comments, and I was like, yeah. And he said, did you also saw a lot of Bamboo Labs bots going on?
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go move the car for the wife.
And I was like, what do you mean bots? Like, those auto-generated text saying everything at the same time. I said, no, I got over 150 comments and replies to that. I don't have time for that.
We have a maker in chat. His name is Russ Gare. He's sent some things to my wife that I showed on stream a few weeks ago. Well, he's starting a website. It's called whimsical-workshop.com. And he's been making a lot of cool stuff on his laser and painting them. And here's his site here. He don't have everything up and running yet, but he's working on it. And it's really cool. So I thought I'd show it to you guys. It's at whimsical-workshop.com.
Oh, I love that lantern. That tea light lantern.
Yeah, he sent a couple of those to my wife. Those are really cool. They're really nice.
I have a pudding.
I've got the lasers. I haven't made any tea lights, but I should. But I'll show that again later. And ladies and gentlemen, let me see what we got in the back room here. Montana Maker. I think it's Montana Maker. I can't read the whole name.
Oh!
Hello, how you doing today?
Montana Maker! Yay!
There he is, Montana Maker. I brought you up so I could see your last name. Okay. How you doing, buddy?
You are muted.
Yeah, you got your mic muted.
That helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There we go.
How's everybody doing today?
Real good. Thank you for being a supporter of my channel. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, buddy. I'm just glad Kenny's back. I hadn't seen him in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Mink. Hey, Rob.
Hey!
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Rob. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks. I've got an open mic, so if the bird goes off, I'll have to switch to headphones, but...
All right.
Yeah.
It
The
happened.
bird goes off.
Zachary, where are you streaming from today? Not your usual spot.
I'm still at the same spot.
3D and T,
no
3D
way.
printing Dave. What's up, man?
I'm here.
Hey, Dave.
Watch your
It's a
language.
Brady bunch again.
Yeah, we had 11 last week when I dropped, and then but I realized that I can get on with my cell phone if it happens again. And I was going to make Matt a co-host again, but then I read online that if you have a co-host, the stream will still drop in 5 minutes. So my internet, I constantly have trouble. So hopefully it won't go down. Let it go down tomorrow, not today, but we'll see what happens.
Well, Jerry, if you need somebody
Yeah,
tech support troubleshooting.
Yeah, it's Cox Cable's fault, whatever's going on.
Mm.
Has anybody ever put a heater off of a Bamboo Labs printer onto a Sobel SV08? The heater looks identical. The ceramic little tiny rectangular heater, I broke mine yesterday. The wire on the Bamboo is heavier with a bigger plug. So I cut it and spliced in the correct style plug. But when I start to print, I haven't PID tuned the heater. But I tried to print and it starts printing a couple layers and I get an error. It's had a couple times. I ordered a new one off of Sobel. God only knows when I'll get it because I have that last piece of that part I'm trying to get done so I can work on the video. I had this about halfway done. I loaded up some different film and it clogged my new nozzle, and then I couldn't get it unclogged, so I had to take the second new nozzle and put on it temporarily. I'm thinking about taking a heat gun. I can unscrew the nozzle out of the copper block, then I'll take a heat gun with a pair of pliers, heat that up with a tube and everything, and try to get all that plastic out of there. Because when I go to load film and it's dragging, there's a little bit of it dried inside of it, if that makes sense. And it won't slide all the way down to the nozzle. So I think I can probably use a heat gun and get it real hot.
Yeah.
So anyway. Frank, we got new people since you've been gone. We got the guy in his pajamas. He was already here. And then Montana Maker right below you. You got Dave down below.
I didn't do it.
And Rob Mink.
What didn't you do?
It's all Dave's fault.
Dave?
Always my fault for everything. I'm good with that.
If anybody here knows anybody that actually works for Bamboo or Maker World in particular, please say something in chat or let me know so this problem with Frank can get resolved because it shouldn't have happened. So it sounds to me like the AI did it, but if they're responding to emails, that's a person typing it.
I might still have the doctor's email address. Because that's how that all started.
It seems like the responses are very AI. There's no real emotion, and it's very contradictory, right? It'll say, if you watch, if you happen to have watched my video, it'll say like, "We appreciate, we're sorry."
I know.
And then it's like, "But we hope you understand our position and keep continuing to support us." It's like,
Yeah.
no, fix the problem. Like, put my stuff back and give me my points back, and also change your process. Because if it's happening to more than just me. Like, people are commenting on my video on the thing, and they're commenting on sending me personal DMs, and they're like, "Oh, this happened to me," but there was nothing out there of anybody complaining about it. And I've been told that if you complain about it, they'll just delete your post, either off of TikTok and Facebook. So I was like, well, you know what? Like I said, I only had 23 subscribers. So if I did a video and they deleted my YouTube channel, then, that's okay. It is what it is.
That's kind of a Chinese reaction that Bamboo's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's last week we had Sam Prentice, and he was sharing a lot about his experience with interacting with the cultural differences. And
now I will say this: a lot of you guys probably don't know me. Jerry does. When I first started, I had no friends or nothing in the 3D print community at all. I didn't know anything. I didn't know about Prusa. I didn't know about CR10s. I didn't know nothing. So I ended up getting a printer from this company called Tier Time, and they're a Chinese-based company. They're the first company in China to manufacture 3D printers in their country. But they are not in this sector. They are in, like, for STEM and for prototyping and for businesses. So I have had nothing but great interaction with them culturally as a business for 8 years. And they still have, they came and sent somebody over from over there to do an interview, and I'm on their main page after still 7 years later. I think it's a business culture, right? Because Bamboo, even though they're central, they were forged in China, it's still a corporate thing, right? So in my previous life, I worked for oil and gas, and if the culture is that of kind of that mentality, then it's going to span through all the other little sub tiers of the businesses. I did not talk about Bamboo in my video because it was not a Bamboo printer issue. It's a Maker World file issue,
Oil and gas. It sounds like he used to work for Taco Bell. Wah, wah, wah. My Stream Deck's not working right now.
What did Richard say? He said, "We are sorry, but you're screwed, Bamboo Lab." That's essentially what happened.
I think it'll work itself out. The right person will see it and they'll get fixed.
Yeah. You have to sell your soul.
I don't really care. To be honest with you, I didn't upload because I wanted points. I uploaded for the community. I uploaded my files because I was hearing that they have a lot of subpar models on that site, and a friend of mine mentioned, "Hey, you should upload some of your older stuff." I didn't care. I hadn't looked at the site in 7 months. I didn't even get an email that I was banned for life. I mean, at least send somebody an email. Hey, we're going to ban you. So
banned for life?
Yeah. So initially it was banned for life. Then I did the appeal. The appeal is still in process, and now it's a suspension for 1 year for only uploading and for people downloading my content. And here's the other thing.
Was it not suitable for work kind of content?
Nope. Star Trek Kids, a Galactic.
That's not suitable for work.
Like 12 models. Okay. Here's the other thing.
We can make it work.
Hey, Frank, can you bring over your Star Trek Kids to the screen? I'll put you on big screen.
So here's the other thing. It wasn't like 2,000 people downloads, right? It was 286 people that I got banned for life.
Yeah. Frag designed this right here. He's bringing it over. Come on, camera, you pros. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
That's really cool.
That is so cool.
It lights up the nacelles turn, the deflector turns on.
And that got you banned?
The camera needs to clean up.
Maybe the use of the word Star Trek.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's I've never had that. I've uploaded to a lot of sites. That's never. I think that's the frustrating part. You're not even getting real customer service. So,
but you also have it on printables or some other STL sites.
So, I don't think it was the first time I was on. We had another guy on Jerry's show, and it was about file sharing, right? So that's from a designer standpoint. That's a big, even Patreon, any designers. When you put your file out there, let's say that file, in the beginning, people were sharing it on the down low. You weren't really seeing it. But then it became a thing where people were putting it on these other websites and selling your product and making money off of your work. So that's why I stopped. I stopped designing for the 3D print community. I do commissions. I do private prints. I don't put my stuff out there anymore because I went to a site and it showed how many units they had sold. So they had X amount of units and they were selling my file for X and they had made $8,000. That was it. That was it for me. I was done. I was like, And that was just one site. That's a full-time job, trying to get your stuff taken down, your own stuff. So the only reason I did this for Maker World is because most of that stuff had been traded. We have a lot of new people coming into the community every day. And I was like, you know what? Let's put it up. I'll just put it up there. And if they like it, they like it. If they want a commission, they can come to me. But it wasn't like an active, I guess some of the guys in the comments from the other groups were like, oh, you're trying to clickbait or you're trying to get people to come to you. No, I hadn't looked at it in 7 months. So if I was trying to get more people, I would have uploaded more models and I would have been checking on it every single day. That's how much I cared about it. I used to have all my stuff on CG Trader, but that's a lot. I took them down because people were buying them, and then I'd see them on CG Trader for less than what my own models, less than what I was selling them for. So I just set them down.
Hey, Dave, how you doing today? What's going on?
Just hanging in there, working on a switch wire. Don't ask about the Voron.
How's the Voron?
How's the Voron?
Wait. So technically, I'd say the Voron is coming along just fine. This switch
just
wire,
chilling there.
the switch wire is coming along fine. I did the electronics first, and then I'm going to do the motors and everything else after. So that way, I don't have to get stuck again. So
it sounds like you need to work on the Voron.
I am working on a Voron. It's a switch wire, so technically, it's a Voron.
There's a reason why this is called switch wire.
It's a switch. I switched it up.
You're switching to some other wires.
Does anybody have any idea why the heater from a Bamboo Lab printer won't work on the Sobol? It's the same size. It fits under the clip. It's just a heavier gauge wire and a bigger plug. So I cut it, spliced it, put heat shrink tape on it, plugged in the correct connector, but I did not PID tune it when I tried to redo my print. It only got a few layers done. I kept throwing errors, so I just shoved off last night and went to bed. So I'm assuming
you need to do a PID. That's really what it comes down to.
Okay.
They're the same voltage?
Same wattage?
Same wattage?
It should be, yeah.
Voltage and wattage, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because it could be a 12, a 24, 5.
Mm-hmm. It could be a 40, 60, 30 amp heater cartridge.
It's just a little tiny rectangular piece of ceramic.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Jared. Yeah.
If I wasn't beating on my printer with a wrench, honest to God, yesterday, so I tried to take off the heat block that nozzle's bolted to. I took out the 2 screws on the top like the Bamboo. It had another screw in the front real small I didn't see. So I grabbed it with a pair of channel locks carefully, and I'm tapping on it trying to get it to pull apart, and it won't. At some point, I probably broke the heater, but then I realized I forgot to take out the other little tiny screw. So,
is it a Clipper or a Bamboo? Clipper or Marlin?
Clipper.
Yeah. So okay. So do you know which command to run to make it do a PID tune in Clipper?
I'll Google it or something.
Alrighty.
I'll check it.
And then don't forget to do a save config afterwards too.
Zach, you selling those poker chips that you were showing earlier?
Which ones?
You had a whole box of them. You must be selling those, right?
I'm being sponsored to make them.
Okay.
So I'm making them 2,000. I'm making my own. So this is this
Give
is
the
mine.
camera, and then it'll clear up.
Camera.
So yeah, this one is my box.
Nice.
We can
There's
tell.
500. Yeah, for the Z. Let me get the new makers wherever I put them at.
No, we have to see you model. You have to model the PJs. You have to do a whole model of the PJs.
Yes. Jeez, there's so much in here. But I need to. I'm waiting for more filament. But yeah.
Those are beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, let me.
C-Frag multicolor. Look at that.
Wow.
That's
done in a 0.2 millimeter nozzle too. That's why.
That's not something you get painted.
Aha! Nope. It's a 0.4 nozzle, Dave.
Ooh,
That's
he did it.
So-
Came back to reality with us.
No. Hey, you saw the. Hey, Frags, I'm pretty sure you haven't seen these. Have you seen the new deck?
No.
So this is
I was
this is
playing
the
with
full
the
deck.
last 5 minutes.
How long does it take you to print a deck?
So this took a week
Okay.
on one printer.
Okay.
So, but let me get some ASMR.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Super.
Yeah, I had beans last night for dinner.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounded like.
But yeah, no. So these are the second gen, and I have multiple. I'm making one for Polymaker. I'm making one for New Makers. One for Overture. Definitely Overture. I'm excited about their deck as well because I'm going to do a full like monochromatic one for each suit, so I'm real excited about that. Polymaker, I'm doing it out of because one, I want to make a deck for every filament company made with their filaments. As well, it's a test for me to see how I can design for each company.
Good idea.
It is pretty slick.
Yeah, and then each company is going to get their own deck with their own custom case. They'll have their logos on it, and it'll hold a full. Yeah, it'll hold a full deck, custom dice that I'm making them, and it'll be able to hold their poker chips.
Now, you printing the dice too?
Actually, I'm injection molding the dice. I'm working with a group called the Maker Hive. It's a makerspace in this area, and essentially, we're going to make a mold, a flash mold, so then we can injection mold it using the purge material from the bamboos.
Ah, nice.
So we'll heat it, inject it, and then that way, the dice I'm using up some of the waste material from these. So it's not waste material. And also then we have an injection mold machine done. So in the future, for whenever I have projects that we're doing the purge on, essentially I'll be using that waste to make toys for kids.
Hello, Sam.
That's my goal.
Yeah, when you make
Hey, it's Sam. He did it.
Yeah, he was here last week when I dropped off the internet. But like I mentioned, if it happens again, I'll pull up on my cell phone, get back on. In 5 minutes, it'll kick it offline.
I'm happy he wasn't assassinated.
So yeah, we were
Peaceful,
worried. Barry.
hello.
We were worried that Creality had taken you out. We really were.
Yeah.
so I have a fun print, Jerry.
Ooh.
Where'd you go? I wanted you right here.
I'm right there. So I'm sure you guys have seen this around. This is the wow, my hands are filthy.
Yeah, Rob, do something
Rob,
about
what
it.
were you digging in the dirt?
Literally, I was digging in the dirt. I was helping a friend that's
Hey.
clearing a lot move some logs bigger than I was. But he looks a little washed out in the camera feed here. But my wife loves T-Rexes and stuff, so this is the Cinder Wing,
Cute
little T-Rex guy. So
how long was he?
How long did he take to print?
Yeah.
I printed 2 of them at once on a A1 Mini, and I started it last night. I woke up this morning; they were done.
Those A1 minis are like $200 right now, aren't they? Black Friday.
Yeah, with AMS. Oh, I just noticed he has actually a little bit of a failure on him. This little bit right here, layer like.
You could have let us keep thinking that you had a perfect print. We don't need to see that.
I'm not stubborn enough to think
Hey,
that
Rob?
everything I do has to be perfect. Yeah.
I've got my SVO8 running. I've got Clearper up and running. What is, you say you know what the command is? I can run the PID, tune that heater?
Yeah, I've got private chat.
Okay. Do I need to take the filament out of it, or doesn't matter if it's got filament and nozzle?
Doesn't really. I wouldn't take it out, and I do it at whatever temperature you normally print at. In the example, the first post in that Reddit
With
thread.
those nozzles, 245.
Yeah, okay. Then put the target at 245 when you run it. And you may want to run it with the hot end fan on or off, depending on how you normally print. The parts cooling fan.
All right, I see it up there. I'll have to read through it.
It's basically PID underscore calibrate space heater equals extruder space target equals, and then the temperature.
And look, I'll just copy that line and temp at 245.
Yep. And then when it's done, do save underscore config. And it'll reboot and you'll be good to go.
So, you know, you have a bad habit when you spend more money on filament than you do your rent.
Yeah, you're an addict.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
what it's
bad.
called. It's called an addiction.
Yeah, I don't
no
know if you can
different.
see on the floor. I've literally been organizing all of my filament, and my floor is kind of like completely consumed by spools of filament.
It says request temperatures out of range.
245. That means that it's hotter than the printer is set to print at. You sure you did 245 until like 2,450?
245.0 is what it says in red. Yeah, I put 245, and that's what I've been printing at.
Huh. Well, check. In that case, you can check your config file and see what your extruder max temp is set to.
But I've always been printing that way until I had to try to replace the heater yesterday with one off of a bamboo printer. The ceramic heater's off of bamboo. I spliced it in, used a different plug for the SPO8 and plugged it in, thinking I could jerry rig it.
I understand, Jerry, but that's your config fighting with what you're requesting it to do. I would still look at your config file or try a slightly lower temperature. Maybe do like 235.
Okay.
Like this.
Is that the case?
Not saying the same thing on that.
Oh no, those are. So this is a batch of chips.
Oh, okay. Those are still on the bill plate. Gotcha.
Yeah, I just pulled them off the plate, so this is hot.
Oh, serious? Oh.
Yeah, so.
That's on the X1, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I even went down to 210. It says out of range. So.
Can you send me can you put in chat the command you're trying to run?
Zach, is that POA or PETG?
This is POA. I'm actually I'm sizing again because the pre-size I didn't fit my head, but I'm making a full suit of T60 power armor. If anyone knows what that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's from the X-Myth, right?
No.
No?
No.
No, I want to tune the hot end, not the bed.
I guess not.
Pokemon Go.
Oh, it says heater bed. Okay.
Alice.
It's the fault.
It's Fallout.
Duh. All right.
I'm not that big of a nerd then.
It's from Fallout.
Fallout series.
I thought the Unreal Tournament or something.
If
like
that would have worked, you'd be saying, "Hey, how come you got smoke behind you? I see flames."
Zach, don't worry about it. There's probably something in all of us that we feel like, oh, I'm a big nerd, and then somebody says something like, I'm not that big of a nerd.
Hey, sometimes I do print stuff where I don't even know if it is a game character, maybe movie, series.
Unknown heater extruder. So something I typed.
It's so weird.
I'm horrible with anime. My 17-year-old loves anime. He's like, come and look at this. And I'm like, the only anime I ever watched in my entire life was Voltron and Dragon Ball Z. After that, I'm done. I'm baked.
The only thing that I know from anime is cute girls, and that's it.
What is that, Dave? Oh,
that looks cute. Oh,
Dave,
it's a bad angle. It's a really bad angle.
You don't want that angle, right? You don't want it that way. You want this way. This is
which game character is that?
So this is actually I can never pronounce it right. It's a something or other.
Yeah, it's something.
It's a coma something or other. It's from the movie
Spirited Away.
Spirit Away, and also Princess Mononoke. So yeah, these are done in glow in the dark filament, and it actually glows like a
maybe you
blue.
need that.
I bet it glows in the dark.
Yeah, you gotta have it. No. You like that one? Wait. So then, how about this instead? Does this work for you?
With a star.
No,
Because
I
originally-
think it's too much pointy.
Hey,
It looks
Rob,
like this
take a
one
look at
first.
that in private.
But then, yeah, it comes actually twisted off. It's a little stash box.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's how you get past TSA.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I got my Christmas gift in here. And just
Find you on a smuggling show. Yeah, man, this guy's carrying. Yeah, we gotta take him to dispense it to the hospital.
Is that TPU?
Yeah, he's
this is
arrested.
my original.
Oh, it's only a
attempt-
piece of plastic.
Yes, this is my original attempt at a shoe about a year ago, and I found it, and I said, I think
All
I've
right.
tuned enough printers that I can actually make one of these the right way now.
That's working now, Rob.
So
Cool.
I
Let
can
me
make
guess,
an
you
actual
made,
set of
I like
shoes.
that. That's cool.
let me guess. You
But
made it for
unfortunately, this
tribal.
one came out horrible on the bottom.
Is that TPU?
This is TPU, but now that I found Flex PLA, I can do this better and in the right size because this dang sure won't fit my foot.
Oh, is
It's
it too
more like
big?
a 9.5.
But if you do it in PLA, can you wear it outside in the hot sun?
PLA would probably slip and break his neck. It'd be slick.
Well, there's PLA flexible, so that's what we use to do the basketball, and
Yeah.
it actually bounces and has some good spring and rebound. And my idea or experiment that I want to do is make some shoes with it and see how it works out.
You only made one shoe.
Puppy,
Because it came at this thing is 1.4 kilograms of filament. So after a roll and a half, again, this was made a year ago.
You thought about tripod.
Oh yeah, actually this would be the right one too. And I think his feet are small. That's a good idea. I should
A
get
little
him
white
this
on that,
one.
and it almost looks like a Jordan from
Yes.
a distance.
Yeah.
So these are called tread winds or something like that. They're on printables. They've been on printables for like 2 years, but it just takes a lot of filament. And this was wet. It was wet TPU, and again, it was a year ago. So I've learned some tricks, and I just want to try this again. I just have to buy 4 rolls of filament for my big feet.
I mean, that thing is so big. It'd be like
Speaking
a
of
print
shoes,
that
you
I
want to
would
hear
see out
something
in the
ridiculous?
wilds of Montana. Like, I'd be thinking it's Bigfoot. That thing is giant, man.
Yeah.
Camera, everything looks big.
Speaking of shoes, you want to hear something ridiculous? I was looking around the exchange the other day, the military exchange, kind of like the modern day PX, and I just happened to run across used Jordans, the old school, the red and white ones. How much do you think? What do you think the price was on those?
At there or in the real world?
There on the PX or on the exchange side?
150.
I'm talking used, and I'm talking old school. I'm talking original. I'm talking the red and white ones. How much do you think?
$450.
Over 7,000.
I was about to say the pair I have is only 5, and those are Jordan 2s originals, but they're also used and not in very good shape.
Over 7K.
my sister was at a Goodwill here in Vegas, and somebody had some kind of really rare shoes somebody donated, and they picked them up for next to nothing that were worth thousands, because you never know what you'll find at Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
Sebastian, hello. How you doing today?
Oh, that will be Goodwill hunting then.
Goodwill hunting, huh? Okay.
My sister goes to Goodwill every day with her husband. They look around for stuff.
But is,
I go there about
second-hand
once
shop?
a year. Huh?
Is it a second-hand shop for clothing?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. People donate stuff and they resell it.
Oh,
Clothing, appliances, whatever.
oh.
Yeah, I might have to get a hub for that damn thing back there. The printer sees both the AMSs, but Bamboo Lab is giving me hell.
What's not working with it?
It's saying there's no filament.
I'm having a problem with one of my AMS lights that it keeps jamming. Like it says that the motor is overloaded to pull the filament back, and it's always the same spool.
change your hub, or look at your hub, see if it's cracked, like the main drive hub.
On the light?
Oh, it's a light?
Yeah, Rob, you said a light, right?
Correct. It's on the A1,
that's
not
a light.
B series.
I had it at the beginning on a cup, but I think it was just the spools were bad. Something like that. I haven't had it in about 6 months, but I used to have that issue. And it just cleared up, so I really couldn't tell you.
It is protopasta, so it's on a cardboard spool, and it's a little rougher.
Did you put it on a bamboo refill spool? Because you know the protopasta's got the cutouts that you can actually put it on a refill spool, and that might solve the problem.
No, it's on the standard protopasta cardboard spool.
This may be something that you'd be interested in, then.
Again, though, it's not the light which holds it from the middle, not from the edges.
Yeah, it goes through the center bore.
This is the adapter.
Right, but it doesn't use that. It's just spring loaded.
It doesn't go through the center
pushes
and
pulls.
expand?
It just pushes and pulls the filament. It doesn't swine the spools. Sometimes when I'm having issues with the light, I'll actually take it off and put it on a separate spool holder next to the AMS.
Yeah, but the light does. Yeah, the light actually does retract.
Right,
but not enough for it to go back. Yeah.
It pulls on the filament. It doesn't spool the hub.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
It uses like a spring-loaded clutch to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't doubt, as long as the spool isn't like falling off the table and it can pull on it nicely, it's not getting tangled, I don't think it's a problem with the spool. It could be the filament is too rough, because protoplastic can sometimes be a little rough. Or it could be that there's like a kink in the Bowden tube or something, is my guess. I don't know. I'm fighting with it, and it's making me unhappy because I'm just trying to print some sort of silly toy. And
hello. How you doing today?
Oh, so here's a question: do you have the adapter on the top to keep your PTFE tubes up and going straight in?
I actually have it hanging with a zip tie umbilical that I put on the shelf.
I got one. Let me show you.
I got the little plastic star thing in there.
No, there's a different setup. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Montana Maker, you have anything you'd like to show or talk about? You don't have.
I've just been working on a giant 2-foot mech lately. I mean, got the leg here, one of them. So that I'm working on.
Give it a second. The camera will clear up. It's all blurry.
Gotcha.
I don't know why it does that.
Did you design that?
No, I'm doing this from it's Vic Madbear from Lutz. It's the statue that they have.
Oh, nice.
It's about 2 feet tall, but it's cost me quite a bit of resin to make, even with these hollowed out. I've got it all printed out now. I've just started filling in all the
2 millimeters thick.
Are you going to be putting lights in it?
2 millimeters thick.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Are you going to put lights in it?
I'm thinking about it, getting some LEDs and putting them in, especially in the cockpit.
Right.
Should be pretty good.
Print out a little dude.
Yeah, there's a pilot in it. That's,
okay.
Yeah, I've got that painted already, but I don't know where I put it at the moment. And then I've got the gun printed out for it.
Who's that from?
It's Loot Studios.
Loot Studios. Okay, yeah. It's their.
Here's the gun part that I've already painted and got ready for it. That sits up on top of the main chassis.
All right, let's don't show that. Let's don't.
That's too scale.
After I showed it, I realized if we show anything like that on a live stream, I've seen YouTube take down 2 channels instantly, because even if it's made for something in outer space, they blink them. So
yeah, it sits up on the
YouTube.
Yeah, on videos it's fine. On live streams, evidently it's not. So I don't know.
Gotcha.
That's what I got for YouTube.
I know.
It's the space cannon.
Hello, Zay. How you doing today? What's going on, everyone? Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Freaking liberals.
Do not drop it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I broke my toe because of the tavern. So.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
That's just the
I dropped all my big toe and it fractured it. Yeah. So this is the Cloud Top Taverns top, essentially. I'm at the moment masking it for
Beautiful.
next weekend.
That's beautiful.
That's all FDM.
Yeah.
How much filament is that?
More than his rent?
Right there, at least 4 or 5 rolls. At least 4 or 5 rolls in his hands, I bet.
Yeah, it's 38 to 40 kilograms. It took me 3,668 hours of print, 136 days of total print time.
For the whole thing, not just the roof, right?
Yeah, for the whole thing. Which the whole thing is like 3'8", 3'8" by 4'7" by 4'7" by 3'8".
Let's ask the other question. How many days of work did that cost you?
At least more than 2.
No, it cost him his a prior relationship, I bet.
No, actually, this is how I had my last relationship. This was from a byproduct from it because she broke up with me, and I was like, yeah.
Oh
no,
yeah.
I
Question in chat: was that live stream supposed to be today about the filament crusher? That might be BS and it might not be, but I think that's supposed to have been today or something. I think that's what he's talking about.
Oh, the loop.
Oh.
I think I seen a video yesterday saying they postponed it or something. So.
Oh, sorry.
It was too good. Oh, that is so cool.
How much does that weigh?
Just this or the whole thing.
10 pounds,
probably about 10.
10
5,
pounds?
7.
It's just awkward because
lovely thing. Yeah.
Gotcha. You did the magnets and everything. Wow.
Looks amazing.
Thank you. The thing has a full interior.
Yeah, you print crazy stuff. Your stuff is ginormous.
Just a little bit.
Tons and tons of
just a
minis.
little bit. Mm-hmm.
I figured it out.
Have you printed a ton of minis to go with it?
Yes. That printer back there, the Frozen Mega AK printed me 60 minis at once. To populate the 10.
I done a video a while back from some company that put out a lot of minis. I forget who it was, but they gave me all access to their files for a month or two, and I've done a video to promote them. I threw it up on TikTok. I don't remember what company it was though. I think it was Loot Studios, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's Loot Studios.
Loot Studios did that for a lot. But things though, for like each of these wow, my speech impediment is absolutely horrible today.
English.
English,
I say.
But each of these smokestacks will actually be emitting smoke.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
That's cool. You're gonna use like model train stuff?
Yes, and it's going to smell like a smokestack.
Oil, yeah. Seems to me when I was a little kid, I had a little train went around the track and you put oil in it, a little bottle, like 3-in-1 oil or something, and then it smoked.
Yeah. So this is the project for next, because I get 4 days off next week. So.
Yeah, I hope that I normally get my pension on the 1st, but since Thursday's a holiday, I'm hoping they're shut down Friday, then I'll get paid Wednesday, my pension.
Hey, that'd be nice.
Did you, Jerry? Did you ever finish your print for your son's birthday? The crow scene.
I'm still painting it. And I've got Brandon Lee painted black, and that's about as far as I've got working on it. I've got it in another room, and I'm working on it. I started to paint the table and everything the other night, and my airbrush got clogged up with the paint I mixed in. It was jammed, so I'm going to probably hand paint part of it. I don't know.
Are you doing a video on it?
I want to get it. There will be a video on it when I get it done.
Oh, hey, Jerry. Just as a random fun side note, if you ever decide you want to sell any of your Star Trek stuff, let me know.
The only thing I have from Star Trek, I think, is that ship. Oh, yeah, I got 3 ships above me. They're on Gambody. The files aren't expensive. It's just a matter of printing them out and painting them.
What do you got up there? You got the Romulan bird of prey, and then you got, is it a Klingon ship or the Romulan?
Yeah, I got the Romulan. let's see, which one is which? The Klingon Bird of Prey, Romulan Warbird, and then the USS Enterprise.
Nice.
Okay. The USS Enterprise, I simply primed it white and it's good enough to hang it. I never did go through and paint it properly. I was going to put lights in, I never did. And the other two models came out really good, but the print quality on the USS Enterprise isn't that great. But hanging from the ceiling, it looks good.
Yeah,
I don't paint, so.
You know, way back when you had one of those quality printers that didn't print very good, but you wanted to show it off online, so you held it up and took pictures, but when you look at it close, it's like, ugh. You kind of hate to throw it out, but.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Mr. Spock.
Nice.
Leonard Nimoy.
Very nice.
It's an Eastman print, and I forgot what size I did them in, so now I got to figure out what size the base is.
Eastman does some good stuff. I've got the big Darth Vader Eastman did, and then I've got a bunch of his other stuff that he did. He's got a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff that's amazing.
When I post stuff online,
that would be Mint
Fragments, or Photos Mint.
Photos Mint.
When I post pictures online and stuff, I always list the size usually because somebody's going to ask you. So I try to list all the information with it. And then a couple of years later, if I need to refer, it happens a lot. I got to get on Facebook or whatever, and I got to try to research to see how big was that, how did I do it, what filament, and I go find my post from wherever. Or somebody will talk about an old video, and it's like, well, that's not relevant nowadays. That was the way it was then, or I got to go watch a video to answer the question.
That makes sense. It's a good idea to how to document it.
What do you got going on there, Zachary 3D Prints?
Okay, guys, here's something cool I'd like to show you.
Oh, nice.
So guess who's doing a Deep Space Nine desk?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're going to put a baseball on it?
No, it's going to be a 6-foot diameter desk with lights.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you were going to do Cisco's desk.
No, a Deep Space Nine desk.
That's cool.
Man, that's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the project for 2025.
Mine is to get this painted.
What's this? Oh, your house.
The house top, just the top.
Well, if you keep buying filament, you're going to live in there.
Did you paint that in the garage with, or how do you paint that? Because you can take some of the parts off, right? But there's some parts that are just probably really big, right?
Yep.
So what do you do with those when you have to paint them?
I'm figuring it out as is. I mean, this isn't the largest. I painted a mural in Chicago on the Moore stop line, so that's the largest thing I've painted with a community. So,
are you hand painting the whole thing? You're not airbrushing at all. You're just doing total hand paint, or you're airbrushing?
Had enough. Okay, how you doing today? We can actually have more people. I think we can have 11, 12, or 13. But if Mr. Prentice would like to drop in and whoever else, we can see how many people I can hold. Because I really don't know in Talk Studio. Because last week we had 11 on, and then I got kicked out by my Cox cable. So,
yeah. So I got 2 different brushes. This is going to be for like overall body. The Badger Patriot 105. And then this brush is going to be for my fine detail work.
I mean, as big as that is, I'm surprised that you don't go buy a air paint from Hobby Lobby and then one of those really big ones you do for the walls.
Yeah, I don't have a place to do that at that large body because I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, so
gotcha.
Yeah, my kitchen is what houses the rest of this print. Like, have you seen the actual like full?
Which part of your house isn't covered with a printer?
My bathroom doesn't have a 3D printer, but if someone wants to, give me a Voron Zero, I'll make sure the bathroom has a 3D printer.
Hey, Zach, if you ever get on a dating site and you take a selfie, don't wear that shirt.
Oh, God.
Why?
Nice.
Uh,
All right, I have actually a 3D printing related question. I'm looking at flights and hotels and stuff in between Colorado and Goshen, Indiana. I can drive to Goshen.
Oh.
I can't drive to Colorado. And with the time of year it is, the hotel rooms are going to be exceedingly expensive. I price it out. It's going to be like $2,500 just for me to fly out there and have hotel rooms and fly back.
so how about Southwest round trip? How much is just the plane flight?
I did it
few
with the
$100.
absolute cheapest, not even the Marriott next to the event center, and it was still $2,500.
Everything's up right now for that.
If you can get yourself, what's it for?
Rocky Mountain. It's
Rocky
mainly the
Mountain
hotel
Restaurant.
room. It's like
If you can get there, just say, "Hey, I'm Rob Meek. Can I sleep on your couch?" And somebody will recognize you. That one of the makers, and they'll let you stay in their room and just sleep wherever. Put a pillow, sleep on half the bed, put a pillow in between you.
I was sleeping on the sofa with St. Francis.
Yeah.
So, Rob, I don't know if Kenny's still going to join me or not, but it's not the event, but I'm the micro-in. I have 2 beds, one for myself and then an extra queen. That's right by the event. Yep.
all right. I guess I'm going if I can.
I
hook up with you.
well, I gotta see if Kenny's actually, unless you guys want to share. I don't know if Kenny's going to be joining or not.
Is it that?
Are
Kenny?
you
That
right?
Kenny?
Snuggling.
Yeah, that Kenny.
No, dude, I'm married. Okay, so
So am I.
There's no
no,
I'm also married.
buddy. So I was going to ask you because I got my ticket last week. I ordered it last week. The electronic thing. Is that hotel that's right there by the embassy, I believe?
Yep.
So
It's literally.
So that's where you got and you already got it paid for?
Yep, it's already paid for completely. I paid for it. I got it for literally $103.
Really? Because I've seen the
for
rate.
the whole. Yeah, it's. I literally got it like 3-4 months ago.
Wow.
What? I looked at it like a month ago, and it was $700 a night.
Yeah, embassy's not cheap.
For the mic. Yeah. Oh, not the embassy. The micro, whatever.
Well,
the one that is
embassy's like right across the street from what I've seen on the map.
No, the micro or whatever.
Yeah, micro. Yeah, that's not. That's inexpensive.
Yeah, but it's right next to as well.
Okay. It's like maybe a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I got my ticket.
Literally,
my ticket's ordered. Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
well, maybe I can get a cot or use a sleeping bag or something.
If you want to, yeah. If you want to do that, we can. If you guys want, all right, you can get me a cot and I can sleep on that.
And what are we doing for a car?
If you're already there, you don't need a car. You can walk to everywhere until everything's real close.
But you got to get from the hotel.
When I'm traveling, I got to have a car. I'll rent one.
The airport in Chicago, I think it's like 45 minutes. Anybody want to chime in on that in chat?
It is. It's 45 minutes.
Okay.
I went there last year.
Okay.
45 minutes to 55 minutes.
So a taxi, an Uber, or somebody else might pick you up?
Taxi or Uber would be expensive.
If I went, which I'm not, I couldn't stay in a room with anybody because I have noise coming out both ends, and you wouldn't like me the next morning. So anyway,
really? Take a pillow. Just
I ain't no princess. I can sleep in a cot.
Somebody killed me. He wouldn't stop making noise, and then he snuck up the room. I'm sorry, I killed him. I drug him outside.
The guy I went to sorry, Zach?
Oh, so if you guys want to plan that out, we can definitely do that.
Sounds good. I mean, maybe I'll go to Murph too.
That's like 6 months away.
Dan already called my sectional for Murph. Unless you want to get the second half of the sectional.
The what?
Sectional.
Sectional with a C. Sectional.
Oh, okay.
No, sectional is with an S.
This moment I got a little bit concerned about you guys.
What was that, Matt?
This moment I got a little bit concerned about you guys.
No, I'm.
You're the one with the red rocket.
I'm more thinking about the drive too, because I'm going to be driving from southeastern Virginia all the way out to Goshen, Indiana. So if somebody wants to meet up in like Maryland or Pennsylvania, I can take you the rest of the way.
What? So which one? Which one? Where are we going?
Midwest Rock Festival, Goshen, Indiana.
I'm good with that. We can partner up with that one. We can chit chat on that one for sure. Because I'm good with the drive up there myself. But if somebody wants to, let's just put it this way: there's already a plan in place for me and some other creators to go cross country on this trip. So I don't know how many seats are left. So I'm not offering up any seats at this time till I get that all cleared up.
Well, I was planning on driving myself in my car.
Yeah, Rumor will be driving to, and Goshen would be driving to also, but we're in Maryland. So, but yeah, we missed Goshen last year, but our intention is every festival, but the one in Europe. So,
yeah, that one I can't do unless someone wants to help me out here.
I agree. No. Yep. Somebody wants to pay, sure, I'll go.
But yeah, no, I plan on going to all the Ripper. I already have my vacation planned out for Murph, and then rest of it for 3D Printopia and Murph. Well, I don't have to have a hotel for Murph. I literally live 20 minutes away from the event.
I should see if there's still sponsor tables available for Murph.
I'm not sure. I just know that Murph, I think I'm going to be taking up like 4 or 5 tables next year because I'm bringing like Murph is going to be like my biggest event always because I live right there and I can transport stuff back and forth insanely easy.
Yeah, that's what we think until you have to do it.
It's like a 2.5-hour drive for me for Earth.
I mean, last year it was pretty chilly there last year. I've seen in videos. Most people were in jackets.
What is that, Matt?
It's a drone.
A drone?
A model of a drone.
No, I made it.
I know. I said it's a model of a drone.
Yeah.
It's not real, so it's a model.
Yeah, but I still have to hook up for it. What I made for it. Remote us.
Oh, so it's going to be a real one at the end of the day.
Yep.
About $200 in parts, you could probably make it fly.
Zachary, what you got going on?
I was also looking to the hotels. Actually, I have one.
Ooh. Yeah, we are booked ours also.
Because
the problem is the hotels are on to us already. When I checked around with some of my contacts in the hotel industry, we're bad for about 5 miles out. They've raised prices up, and they don't have any intention on dropping them until March.
Just like Vegas, that's crooked. Somebody wants to come to town. There's a big event. Everybody wants to jack up their prices. It's stupid. They shouldn't do it.
I'm part of guilty party. I'm in hotels. I run a hotel. It's what we do. It's
as big as Las Vegas is, they're never going to run out of rooms for anything. They don't need to raise their price.
Then go somewhere else, man.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you. Yes.
Go to State Line, you know.
The cool part is, if you're going to a hotel, go where everybody else is going, because there are going to be some fun activities after the event.
Yes.
I can drop a benchy from the 13th floor. Look, no damage.
Well, I'm just saying, like that. Hotels are in business to make money.
Money, yes.
I know.
We sell an experience. We don't sell a room. We sell you the experience. Anyone can give you a room. But if you come to us and you stay at our hotel, it should be nice, clean, comfortable, and you should feel welcome here at all times. An experience,
just don't bring half a dozen AKs or ARs.
Exactly.
And then Steve Wynn says, "Oh, those never happen at the Wynn." Yeah, right.
I just want to be able to drink a lot and walk to my hotel for Remurf. That is
That
is my goal.
At some moments, you don't need to go out of the hotel to get drunk.
Nope.
Who's going to
Yeah, but I
Smurf?
want to hang out with everyone and get drunk. Being drunk alone is sad.
Yeah.
Who's going to Smurf? Well,
Okay,
see you
Zach.
there, Zachary.
Of course I'm going.
I was about to say, why would you two not go? It's unfair to us if you guys don't go.
Hey,
And that
Zach,
is basically also my last trip for this year.
Zach, when Joel was live a couple days ago with Polymaker on YouTube and Twitch, I had asked him in chat if he could go by the uniformation booth and see Jamie, which the guy was on a different floor than he was. Well, as he was walking there filming, he walked right by you. You had his back turned. I think he said hi to you, but he walked right by you. I forget the man's name. He was filming, showing Polymaker what was going on.
I saw him twice doing a live stream. Yesterday he was doing a live stream as well. And he was at the area from the Bamboo Labs booth.
I have to jet, everybody. You have a very wonderful weekend and a happy Thanksgiving.
Montana Maker, thank you, sir. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Thank you. See you all.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
I'm about to head out too, guys.
Well, thank you very much, Frank, for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Are you gonna have a show on Saturday again after Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I'm always here.
Okay.
Unless my internet's down or I'm sick, I'm here every Saturday forever and ever. As long as I'm alive, I'll be
You
here.
guys have a good Thanksgiving and rest of your week.
Take care, my friend.
Yeah, have a good one.
See you, Frank.
Hey, Dreams Void, if you are going for an hotel room without
David, okay.
experience, you're missing out on a lot. I mean, those evenings are very much fun. Maybe not for the security people there.
I was just about to say, not for the hotel staff, but for the guests. Yes.
Time is money. Yeah, I understand why it happens.
This security guy at where was it, for the Embassy Suites? He had a hard time, and especially with Scott. It was fun.
Edge of 3D.
Sounds about that wide.
Sorry?
Edge of 3D, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I invite him every week. He hasn't been here. Ever since they had the last show, he hasn't been on, so I don't know why, but maybe one of these days he'll come back. I don't know what's happening.
Maybe
He was here last week.
Edge of 3D, Scott hasn't been on in a couple months, ever since they had the last show.
Him. Okay. He's probably been busy since 3D Printopia.
Yep. I don't know. He's always welcome, so maybe one of these days he'll pop back in. Or he could be lurking, and I don't know. That happens a lot. You mention somebody, next thing you know, blank, they pop in.
Oh my gosh.
Joseph was giving away core ones. Joseph was giving away core ones.
Wait,
Nope,
what?
didn't appear.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a core one.
We're waiting for him to appear. If we say the name enough, say his name like 4 or 5 times.
Sam.
It's 3 times.
Sam. Who do you mean, Dave?
Joseph.
Joseph.
Joseph Prusa.
Joseph, yeah.
Nope, he didn't show up.
Well, doggone it. But yeah, no, but yeah, definitely Rob and Kenny will get something set up so all 3 of us can.
I'm looking at tickets right now, actually. Sorry, that's why I'm being a little quiet.
Oh, it's all good.
What time are you guys flying in? And when are you flying out? Like, what day, roughly?
Oh, I'm driving there.
Oh, could you pick me up in Denver?
I'm driving there, too, from Denver Airport.
I'm gonna shut down the giveaway, do the drawing to make sure I don't get kicked out all of a sudden. People go, "Oh no, he's gone. Now we gotta wait till next week." Oh boy.
Wait, Denver, what state?
Colorado. Rocky Mountain.
Oh, I'm like saying, wait, you're driving there?
Yeah, of course.
Flying into Denver and driving from there. They're getting a car, like I said.
I'm rolling out of the Netherlands and rolling into in the U.S.
No more. No.
Because I plan on getting there Tuesday, Wednesday. Because my hotel is Wednesday all the way up to Monday.
And I'm going to rent a Tesla truck there. Just for the
You have
experience.
fun with that.
Huh?
You have fun with that. There.
And I'll put it on Zach's bill, or one of them.
Yeah, that's a. No, not this.
No, a few weeks ago, and I'm joking, of course, about about that. But a few weeks ago, I had to put my truck in the body shop, and I was looking for something to rent just for a few days. Long story short, it wound up being a U-Haul. But I ran across this thing where you can rent your vehicle, kind of like a rideshare, but you can rent the person's vehicle.
Turo.
And there were so many Cybertrucks in there. You should have seen the prices.
Hey, Joseph.
Yeah, it's called Turo.
I think a lot of people buy them just to rent them out, as an investment.
So yeah, what people are doing is, especially you get them you buy a fleet, you go to the dealership, and a lot of people with a lot of money say, I want to buy 10 of these. They buy 10, and all they're doing is renting them out through the company called Turo, and they do them through normally airports or resort areas. But they go for a good amount of money, and some of them cars, certain areas got Lambos and Rolls Royce and everything else you can rent for yourself. But you're right, the price ain't cheap. It's like $800-900 a day.
Well, here in the Vegas Valley, we have all that. You can rent
right in Nevada, cars. You do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a giveaway. 2 rolls of Polymaker today, because last week I got kicked off the stream because my internet went down. So I'm going to move that roll up to today. I don't think Polymaker will care.
So I need to call Cox. Hey, you know that guy over in
take a look.
Over on Pomona? Yeah, that guy over on Pomona? Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know the street lives on.
And you shouldn't mention any names about addresses, because people on Twitch have been swatted and the police show up and they kick your door in and they're holding you at gunpoint thinking something's going on. So we won't talk about locations where people live.
Did I say the city?
Well, everybody knows where I live at.
No. In the U.S.?
Yeah. Anyway.
I live on planet Earth.
Anyway, we're going to do a drawing right now. So anywhere in the world the Polymaker delivers to, they have some of the best filling on the planet. They got just about anything and everything. We're going to draw 2 people's names, and you'll be one lucky winner.
YouTube was also participating, I see.
So here we go. First person in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
YouTube.
By the way,
anybody can. Well, the person that put down YouTube, I got their email. So,
that's good.
And in Clark
Almighty
County,
Malachi, are you present in chat? Almighty Malachi, congratulations! You just won a roll of Polymaker. Say something in chat, Almighty Malachi. Almighty. Yep, here he is. Oh, you're stuck on the ads. Awesome. Congratulations. You run a roll of Polymaker. I'll be sending you a link from Polymaker. The coupon will be good for $35 towards any type of Polymaker you want. What I do, if I ever win something like that, I add $5 to it and I'll buy 2 $20 rolls. That's how I usually handle it. Let me write your name down and we'll draw up the second person.
I bought 5 rolls last time. I won one.
Oh, you just added it to it? Okay.
Yeah. I have a borderline obsession.
Uh-huh.
All righty, here we're shuffle. We're going to draw one more person, and here we go.
Mark.
Round around we go. Where we stop, nobody knows.
Montana Maker.
Montana Maker that was just here. Are you still watching Montana Maker? Congratulations. Montana Maker, if you're here, say something.
Something.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm here. Okay. I see him. Congratulations, my friend. I'll be emailing you with a code that you can use for Polymaker filament.
Nice.
All righty, let me pull that off the screen. I can see the button for it. There it is. Congratulations, guys. And that's 2 winners for today.
Winners.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, I like to be the wheel better than I used to use in StreamYard, where it randomly just throws the names up and you don't even know how it even goes through the whole list. Because if it randomly throws them up and you're on a stream like Reality and there's thousands of people entered, it doesn't go through all those names that quick. There's no way. So at least with a wheel, I feel it's more fair. You see it turning, you see your name. So anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't hear you, Rob. He's probably talking to somebody else. Let's see. Is my printer printing?
Somebody was talking about injection molding plastic of filament scraps.
Zach was about the purge.
I saw that too at Forum Next, and I was like, yeah, printing 30 times faster than a 3D printer. Is it that still 3D printing?
It's not 3D printing. It's literally just injecting it into a mold, and the molds. Luckily, our shop, we make our own molds, so we have a CNC and everything. So
yeah, no, I saw it, and they say like faster, and I was like, am I going to do the discussion with them, like prepping and do all other stuff?
yeah, making those molds.
Mr. J, the Joker by Samix, Heath Ledger. This is printed out overnight on my resin printer. That's at 100% scale, 1/8 scale. And then here's 800% on the FDM printer. So if I get the last piece of the base printed, which I'm trying to do now, I'll have a video out in a couple of days. So very cool.
Sweet. I know next week I'm going to see if I can't actually afford a good camera with the tracking thing on it, so then I can actually start doing my own videos too.
I don't know how much you're going to use the tracking. So I finally bought a tracking camera called an Ozbot, and I never use the tracking on it. It's kind of an annoyance, but it'll zoom in, zoom out tracking. It will detect hand signals, or you can use the remote for it.
Well, thing is though, if I can convince one of the guys that is at the Maker Hive, if I can do live streams every Thursday. Oh, Dave here, all fancy like. That's what I want to do.
And it's not a tilt camera. It's just doing it digitally. So when I get to a certain point,
okay,
it won't be able to get past it. But it's an Ozbot also. It's an Ozbot Meet.
How much is that?
I got an i360 up there.
129 for the last gen. That's the last gen, and the new gen I believe is like 149 on Amazon.
Insta360.
Yeah, I got it up there.
Look, I've got a mirror. Oh, last night the Sobol, the whole carriage was loose, and I couldn't figure out how to get the screws off to get to the linear rail to tighten the carriage back up. I eventually figured it out, but that's why I have the mirror. I was trying to look behind the printer to see if there's anything on the backside. Here's what camera I'm using. See right there?
Yeah.
Ozbot. And I got it sitting on a couple prints, so it's high up on the screen that I'm kind of looking at everybody. So that's why you see me tilt my head a lot. I'm trying to look around the camera to see the buttons. So anyway. And then when the stream's over, I'll pick it up and I'll go take the cord back around the monitor and I put it up on top on a magnet.
Nice. But yeah, no, because I worked 10 hours of OT this week.
Have a great day.
Yeah, 15 hours of OT, so
God.
This next paycheck's going to be real nice.
I haven't seen overtime in 15 years.
Well, the thing is, though, I shouldn't be seeing overtime because I'm a dental technician over 3 labs.
Mm. See, I'm a hotel manager, so I'm always working.
I mean, you have salary, right?
Yeah, I've been salary for 15 years. It's funny because our new HR department came in and now they're like, you have to clock in and out. I'm like, I haven't clocked in 15 years. So this is it's tricky.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm happy about my job allowing me to be hourly pay, not salary pay. Because
salary's got its pros and cons.
Yep, salary definitely has its pros and cons. This week it's a pro because well, I don't have to be there only 4 hours a day and I'm good. But yeah, when it's busy, that can be 10, 12 hours a day. Yeah.
Oof.
I'm the same way. Some days I only work a couple hours. Some days I work everything except for 3 hours or 4 hours.
What the hell, man?
Oof.
What's wrong?
Yeah, no.
I keep trying to reload this damn thing, and Slice is blacked out.
But anyways, again, going to Midwest Dirt Rat Festival, totally cool carpooling with somebody if they want. But it would be one seat and some of a crossover vehicle is what you would get. It wouldn't be like...
I don't swing that way. Crossovers? You didn't get that, did you, Rob?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
So
What
you don't like the Chevy Transverse, huh?
It's a Scion XB second gen. What I won't be doing is driving to Connecticut to pick somebody up, and then driving to Goshen, and then going back from Goshen to Connecticut and from Connecticut home. That was ridiculous.
Hey guys, we got a guy in the back room that wants in. He was just at Formax walking around doing the videos with everybody. Should we let him in?
Depends on which one.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Real Sam Prentice.
Imagine if I just hit. Imagine if I just hit leave at that particular point. Oh, he's gone. Awkward.
We lost him.
You know what's really bad is when you're going to do a live stream with one other person and you're ready to go live in like 5 minutes and he hasn't showed up in the back room yet. Then that really sucks. You really start sweating bullets thinking, oh no, he's not here. We're going live.
Nightmare. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
So how was the show? It looked like a lot of fun on video.
Oh my God. It was great. I mean, there's no two ways about it. That event is probably the biggest, best 3D printing event in the world. And I've been to a few of these, rapid style, events. I did Form Next also in Shenzhen in China. Nothing like this. This is 4 floors of full industrial, businesses, which is just insane. And seemingly it gets bigger and bigger every year. But I use that event basically to pivot off for my next 12 months of content. And I had an absolute blast. I can't lie. Anybody that I needed to see were there. I had a very drunken evening with Joseph Prussia. I had a really good party and meeting with Dr. Tao. The CEO of Creality now knows my issues. I did some stuff with Anycubic, FlashForge, you name it. They were there doing their thing. And it was great. And then, of course, there was creator dinners, there were parties. And of course, a lot of the stuff there is, if you manage to sort of work your way into certain things, you can be, positioned to be in 4 different locations all at the same, which is problematic. I managed three of the 4 parties. That's where I managed to get to on one of the nights. But this was the first. Normally what I do is I fly in on like the Tuesday and then stay Tuesday night and then go back on the Wednesday. This time I went the whole week. So it was great. It was really good. It was good to see some people I haven't seen for a while, other creators, and hang out with everybody. And it was great. And then I'm just editing the Core 1 video at the moment because there was basically when I flew in, they'd actually shut one of the runways in Frankfurt, one of the landing runways in Frankfurt. And I was supposed to be there for 10 to be with Joe Prusa to basically see this new printer ahead of time before it was launched at 1. And unfortunately, I missed it. And then I was like ushered into, we're going to go and see it. So I kind of knew what was coming. And then we sort of filmed the bit where he's punching and smacking the printer and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, then I managed to shoot on it. So because they basically had a back room so people could go in and look at stuff, we had Joe standing on the printer to show how much pressure and stuff it can take. Not that I'd suggest anybody stood on a printer, but yeah, you can do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was good. It was really good. I can't, like, I'm still recovering. There's a lot of drinking that happens at these events as well. So
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it needless to say, it was quite intense. And I met up with Dave from Matter Hackers, who I keep seeing, and he's either busy or I'm busy. And at one particular event, we were able to catch up and have a chat and stuff. So yeah, really good. Amazing. And of course, I got to see Zachary.
Yeah, just on the Friday.
Yeah. I got a question, Sam, since you're a Polymaker first partner. I asked Joel about this. If it's possible that I could get the Polymaker logo, first partner logo from somebody, and I can add out the first part, put it together where it simply says Polymaker partner. He said he would check with Nick on that. So I don't know if that's something the company would allow. I just want to edit out the word first, since I'm not a Polymaker first partner, but I am a Polymaker partner, and just have the logo so it could be here on my screen when I go live.
Yeah, I mean, Joel's the community manager, so he would certainly have the best approach to that.
Okay. They said he would check on it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I know they were talking about formulating, because that was a sort of, I guess it was a sort of project that was kind of thrown together of people that they just wanted to work with on a certain level. So I was like, okay, and then they just tiered everybody else down and whatever they thought about it. So I don't know is the honest answer. I don't use that, only in the beginning of the video is when I use that logo. But other than that, in my main logo, you'll see the Polymaker logo in the background. Something we added into that little while back.
I use this one here on the screen right there, that small one right here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Something I clip and I throw it up in videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hey, guys, I think I'm going to bounce.
Hey, you have a good one, okay?
Thanks, absolutely.
Take care, Rob. I hope that print gets done, but we'll see. Thank you for your help.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jerry.
Appreciate it.
Send me a message so we can get that set up.
Alrighty, Zach. Discord?
Yeah, Discord will work.
All right, cool. Alrighty, guys.
Sounds like a plan.
Thanks.
Okay. Have fun. Stay crazy.
Thanks, guys. Stay good. Bye.
Thank you, Zany Maker Zach, for helping him out. I appreciate that.
That's no problem. I love. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
So I didn't hear which event you guys were excited about. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Upcoming Rocky Mountain. He can get there, but it's too expensive plane flight and the room and everything. So I think Zach's going to help put him up. If he just simply gets here by plane, then he can help him out with the room and everything.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've got rooms, but I don't know if when I'm flying in or what I'm doing after the event. We're trying to do we're going to do another film while we're there, of course, depending who's there, because I don't know if Ryan and the Offset Maker guys are going. I know John was sort of 50-50 on whether or not he was going to be making it. So yeah, it's one of those things. But of course, it's the first 2025 Death Racer event as well. So I need to be there.
That was hilarious when John got pushed over, and that hat is so funny when he wears that.
Yeah, everyone's good sports. It was all just for a bit of fun. And the guys from Polymaker hadn't seen that, so we showed that to them at the event, and it was very well received. So yeah.
I'm just I want to see what it's gonna look like with everybody, with all the Death Racers that are being built right now that you see out there. What it's gonna be like for this first event on that many all at once.
Yeah, I mean, the problem I've had is this. I've been reliant in the past on other people to do things. So Scott was brilliant inside of that, helping out, getting involved, answering questions, and Ryan and Steve and Jeremy from the Offset Maker guys, they've been very good as well. But of course, everybody works, everybody's got commitments. Ryan and Kim have just got married. I'm savagely busy, and then of course Big Tree Tech kind of launched this a bit early, and we were still kind of going through the files and just making sure things are going to work. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment, I've got to be honest. But we have a plan, or we had a plan, and I've had to scale the plan back because, again, me trying to do my trying to do this on my own is very, 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 very challenging. So I did meet with Polymaker last week, and I said, look, I do need help with this. There's no two ways about it. I can't do it all, and if I do, then I'm not heading for a good position, or it will end up failing. So we don't want it to fail. And Nick from Polymaker is so good because you can go to him with a problem, and generally he will look at it from several different perspectives. I had a kind of a direction of going that way, and he said, well, what do you think about this? And I was like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. So there's a lot of function around it, but doing what we do and traveling in and jet lag and then traveling back out again, that conceivable amount of travel and timescale and stuff just isn't working. And of course, the events are in the US. I don't live in the US. If I lived in the US, I think probably it would be far easier because I could mobilize stuff much easier than I can from the UK. So, but yeah, I think we've got an answer, and I think we're going to have a good talk and bring some more people into the fold, and that will work out quite well. But you're right. I wanted to put. I mean, I think I know they've done about 100 kits out so far. The plan was to buy another 100 kits and then try and give those to people that could form teams. We're not too sure on how that's going to work necessarily just yet, and we're also going to put some of the onus back onto the event. So if the people that are running the events want that event to happen, then we're going to have a bit of a compromise on how we do that and how we make that work. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Sure it is.
I'm looking out some fun. I'm looking forward.
So yeah.
Hey.
So are you guys excited about the Core 1?
I am.
Excited.
Or was it one of those? Okay. What's the thoughts?
Well, every company's got to keep up with all the other companies and have a similar type of machine. So
I need to find room in my apartment.
Gotcha. I like that you could upgrade it from the Mark IV to that. There's an upgrade path for it. I quite like the fact that you could just take a bed slinger and make it into that machine.
Mark IV.
I wonder how much is a kit? How much is a kit?
I don't know.
The whole machine's like $1,100.
I think I hear something like $500-600 pounds.
Is that right?
The kit for the
but I'm not sure about. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I hear.
It's like $973. I think I saw some numbers thrown on for the
$970 something. Yeah, for the kit, but the kit won't be available until next year. I think it was like February or March.
Wow, for $1,200 you can buy the whole machine already assembled.
Yes, shipping in January.
Where's the fun of that? It's a Prusa machine. My first printer I built was a Prusa.
It would be my first Prusa, so I have to build it.
Exactly. Right after his Voron.
Stop it!
Actually, if you look guys. Actually, if you look online, because I researched as soon as I seen the video, you can build it. There's a kit, and I'm not talking about the conversion kit. There's an actual kit if you want to build one.
Yes.
It's about $300 cheaper, $200 or $300 cheaper.
Yeah, that's the Prusa way. Build it, or we build it and charge you $300 or $400 more.
Yeah,
I'm just amazed it's that low for a Prusa to begin with, enclosed.
Enclosed Core XY.
I mean, usually, you know me, I'm always going, Prusa, like the Brady Bunch. On this round, after seeing his video, a guy that's always bad-mouthing, I'm interested. So yes, he brought down the price. He's like, well, let's give them what they want, and it's a cheaper price. That's what we want.
Got it.
I mean, for a Core XY, I'm
with that name, because usually it's on the price, on a new product.
But remember, with that price,
it's really interesting. It's really interesting hearing people's comments, and I've had a lot of comments over the week on what people think and what direction people are going in. And seemingly, if you look at any of the videos I put out the past few days, certainly Flashforge, Anycubic, QD Tech, those guys, Soval, they're all heading in this. You know, the sexy thing to do right now is to, you know, copy basically what Bamboo's done. So, you know, if we can get to Creality, you know, all of those companies have basically copied that. But I found it quite interesting that there wasn't necessarily a multicolor solution for this Core XY. It was just a Core XY. And, you know,
but you said it's coming.
Yeah, but in what form? Will that be a box on top? I mean, if you look at Creality's apparent solution for the K1 and the V3, it's co-print, which I was thoroughly disappointed about. And,
oh my gosh, yeah.
And he made it sound like there won't be waste between colors, and then he shows a purge tower.
Yeah.
Hello,
so
that's waste.
It was kind of funny because I was at the Creality booth several times, and the guy from Co-Print came over and was like, "Hey, do you need any help?" And I'm like, "Definitely not," because they had it. The funny thing was, they had it next to a K2, and then they had 8 colors coming out of this thing, and every single bit has a plug. Every single bit has a PTFE tube. And it's really messy, like, and everything's got to be power. All the power goes up.
I saw that. It was looking
horrible.
ugly.
And I said to one of the staff members, I said, "Is this really the solution?" And they were like, "Yeah. What do you think?" And I went, "That's just so bad." Like, but this is the way that it goes. They brought out a new machine. They're not going to necessarily. They don't want to go. Creality never go back to it. They never go, you know what? You know that machine we brought out before? Well, here's a new upgrade path for it. So it's like I say, it's interesting that Prusa is still going back and doing the, you know, you can upgrade. You know, the Z rods come out and they end up being the Y, and they need, you know, there's a ton of different configuration settings to take it from the S to the Core 1. Whereas, you know, Creality's stance was, you know, well, you know, people wanted multicolor. So like we just partnered with Co-Print because that's the easier thing to do. And we don't have to do anything because the partnership is probably Co-Print's having to pay quite a lot of money to have a license to do it. And that's just money in their pocket, where the consumer, once again, you know, suffers, which really sucks. But when you got the K2 Plus next to this V3 with the Co-Print stuff all over it, it was like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing? But, you know, again, what happened, and we did sort a few things out with Creality, and it's going to be a watch this space. But yeah.
So at these shows, is the because I haven't seen it on YouTube lately, and I know I'm going way back in history, is the you know, because we're talking multicolor, is the Camellia still in play, or is it kind of a dead thing now?
The Chameleon. I mean, yeah. But the thing is with the Chameleon, that is, you know, Bill's very much like a community member. You know, he was trying to get these on the machines and, you know, trying to get that push through. But the problem with the Chameleon that I found was, again, lack of information. And, you know, I've got 2 Chameleons that he gave me. He was like, let's put it on, let's get it working. And I just found them to be quite difficult to integrate. Because there wasn't, at the time anyway, there wasn't a way just to go, right, there's your new settings. This is what you need to do. Hit go. He installed everything. And I was just like, well, what am I doing with this? How do I get that to work? How do I, you know, and now if you look at like Orca Slicer, that's now all embedded anyway. So, you know, it doesn't really matter what system you're putting on it. I mean, I did talk to a few people about Arco, and Arco seemingly is still in the works, but will we ever see it? Eligoo have also got a Core XY machine that seems to have some quite serious delays, you know, but it's all the same thing. And there were a few creators there that were just basically saying, well, you know, why aren't we just buying Bamboos then? Why would we bother going anywhere else? If Bamboo is the best, why are we bothering with these other printers? And I think it's an interesting debate, but you know, that's the thing, isn't it? Everyone's got an opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. And if you like the brand that you've always bought and you trust that brand, well, great. Otherwise, if you're willing to try something new, that Flash Forge 4-color for $399 is staggeringly priced. And you know, I'd have 4 of those for if I had a print farm, I'd probably just use those. You know, just printing out PLA. For the sake of one X1 carbon, it did look the business, but again, you know,
I bet Soundcraft's going to buy them all up, man. He keeps on growing.
Yeah, well, you know, then you look at the X1 carbons. You know, my one's still going 2,500 or whatever it is hours later. You know, I've not done a lot to it to have to keep it maintained. So longevity is really important as well. You know, and again, you get that with Prusa machines. Seemingly, you get that with bamboo machines. But if you did see the Joe Prusa video, he did make a comment about parts being replaced, whereas, you know, bamboo stance on certain things is, well, you can't replace those parts. Once they're done, you throw the machine away and you buy a new one. So there's a, you know, to some degree there is a throwaway society from that element, whereas Prusa's part is, you know, still very much you can fix it,
which is good.
Any word on
That's
when the
about my
Cobra 3 coming?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Zach.
Oh, like that's why I keep my Prusas around, because one, their customer support is unmatched. That's my opinion. I have yet to find any customer support other than Prusa that does what they do. Like the person, like my 3S Plus had a screen issue. They're on the phone with me for like 3-4 hours straight, just diagnosing everything. And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, so that's a problem. We'll send you the part for free."
Oh, cool.
I was doing a live stream when I built my Prusa many years ago, and I had trouble with something. Of course, I'm reading the book. Chat's talking to me. So I contacted Prusa. They got on they weren't on the live stream, but they were in chat watching and told me how to fix whatever it was that was wrong.
Cool.
All right.
No, their support is.
What, Kenny?
Yeah, so here's my next question about this. So they're saying shipping starts on that in January, you know, New Year's. I've always heard with Prusa, you got to wait. With talking to him, I mean, I know there's probably some things you can't tell us, but did he give you kind of indication that he's ready for the masses this time around?
Well, to answer that question, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I can't tell you, especially when Joe Prusa's drunk and it's just me and Ivan Miranda sitting in a bar. There's a lot I can't tell you. But what I will say is, yeah, I mean, you know, they got 1,000 staff there. I've been to their, you know, their warehouses. I've seen how their production staff work. You know, they have ramped up. Certainly they have ramped up, certainly with the XL. But again, you know, even with that, you know, I know quite a few people who have had problems with the XL. And, you know, when I did hear people that have had problems at the show, you know, they're literally putting them in touch with the correct person to speak to make whatever the problem is, you know, resolved. Certainly, I think with a few of the earlier units, there were quite a few issues, but my ones are fine. They've been great. I have had very minimal issues with that. But to answer your question, you know, yeah, I think it's right. I think from what I've understood, there are some demo units that looks like I'll be getting a demo unit that'll be this side of the year. So once you know, I've got a video being made now, and that's basically what I filmed at the location. And again, the units that are there are pre-production models, but you can see how the build is, you can see how things go together. And you can see, you know, as I say, Joe was standing on it. They were punching the doors. They were smacking the doors. But, you know, the only issue I had was like, please don't just start smacking the doors and banging things about, because what you're showing there is perspex. You're not showing glass. You know, the reason that Creality and other manufacturers use glass is because it keeps the heat in, first and foremost.
So
and second
he
of all,
he was kind of pushing the Uncle Jesse effect, right?
He was, yeah. Yes, I mean, there was a few digs. There was a dig at Creality. There was a dig at Bamboo. There was an even bigger dig at Bamboo, of course, because then they have the core one in the Bamboo shell. And again, you know, he said if there's enough interest, we'd look to sell them. And then I heard people saying, you know, from one side of the fence was like, yeah, that wasn't cool because, you know, Prusa are cooler than that. Why did they choose to kind of lowball with a design like that? And then other people are like, oh, that's really humorous. And as Dr. Tao said, let the games begin. So, you know, it's really interesting to see how fueled up people get over 3D printing and manufacturers especially. You know, if you had the fanboy of this, the fanboy of that, you know, it just goes to show, you know, how passionate people are certainly inside of this industry.
And that is one thing. And before you signed on, that was one thing I said. Yes, I own a Bamboo, but I'm not a printer fan because I also have, well, just like Jerry, he's got more than one brand. Yeah, I'm not a fanboy.
The SV08 failed again with that heater off the Bamboo, so I'll have to wait to get the Sobol. PID tuning it did not help, so it failed with the air code 808. So I'll have to wait on another heater to come in the mail, hopefully next week.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys will probably know, you know, I'm not a fan of Sobol. I think they're a particularly bad company, especially for support and you know, and inside of the community. I don't think they're community led like some of the other companies seem to be. But then I know there was a chap on here earlier that was saying he had a problem. I think he had a problem with Bamboo and his YouTube channel was taken down. I didn't quite hear what was going on. I was right.
Greg Mitz is a designer. He loaded a lot of his stuff up to Maker World. And over a period of a couple of weeks, he was getting 1 million downloads, or not 1 million, but an awful lot of downloads. They thought he made up a bunch of fake accounts to try to get points to buy stuff or whatever, but he wasn't doing that. And then they banned him, and then he chatted with them. And then they came back with an AI response. You're not something about you're not banned for life, but you're something else.
Suspended.
Suspended. So
okay, well, yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, there is a lot of AI generation, certainly within Bamboo, and of course, this is like anything. You know, this is if you look at Facebook, if you look at Twitter, if you look at any of the social media networks, there, you know, there's a lot of AI applications being used there, and of course, if someone appears to be doing well and they're fresh faced, with no, you know, it's not like, oh, you've got 50 uploads already, and you know, over time, they're looking for designers that are fresh, coming onto the platform, and slowly then putting out, you know, it'd be the same with YouTube. If you put 100 videos up inside of a day, there's probably an issue there. You might get flagged, right? So, but you're right. I did hear, is Bamboo Lab and Maker World separate? Yes, they are, although they are the same entity. It's a division of. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you who does work for them. Dora, who used to work for Focus, she works on the online element to that.
Okay, so I could contact Dora. I know how to get hold of Dora. I could contact her. Maybe she could look into it. He put out a video on YouTube about the whole thing and what happened. So maybe she could look into it and see if there's something if it could be fixed.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, again, it's one of those. It'd be one of those internal things. But again, the same thing with like Reality. You know, there's a lot of AI that goes in with their customer service. So the AI screens the issue and then tries to give a scenario or a solution, because this is, you know, it's like ringing a call center. You know, press 1 for this, do that. Say what your problem is on the phone, and I'm like, I just want to speak to somebody. Just put me through to a human being. You're
one thing he did say about Maker World, and I don't know. He said when he uploaded all these models, they couldn't go up in like a zip. So when somebody downloads them, like most sites, you click the zip, you get all the files. He said you have to individually click on all the pieces, which sounds crazy to me. So maybe that's what screwed up the system with all these downloads, is that you have to download all these pieces and all these, I don't know. I've always downloaded zips on most places.
As Liz says, you know, Liz has got, you know, she works with a lot of designers and stuff. And again, I could see how that would be a problem if he was uploading loads of things. But if you started on the platform, or if you're known within the industry, so if you've already got accounts on, you know, Cults and various other things, you'll probably be seen. I don't know the background. But,
he said he hadn't even looked at the account in like 7 or 8 months, however. The next thing you know, he gets an email stating he's banned. He's like, for what? Because he'd already had the stuff up there. So supposedly other people were downloading, and they thought he had a bunch of fake accounts downloading his own stuff to try to get points.
Okay.
Something like that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's strange. Very strange.
I don't know. He like I said, he put a video out on it. So I told him maybe somebody will see the video somewhere and they can fix this for you. So
yeah, I mean the best thing is to probably contact them directly. You know, not make a big deal out of it. I know it's a bad thing, but unfortunately there's far too many people that, I'm not saying this is the case, but there's far too many people that have a problem and make it a bigger problem than it really needs to be when it gets into a conversation with somebody that's in the know. And I'm seeing that more and more. People just don't have the patience and don't want to wait.
Yeah, Liz, Frag that was on earlier years ago when I first got into printing. He designed all the Thundercats and stuff like that I used to print all the time, and that one Star Trek ship earlier with the kids. So a bunch of models that he used to sell years ago. One of his friends in Texas was like, "Why don't you just give these away for free?" Since you came out with them so long ago. So then he was posting them up for free on Maker World, and then after he posted them, I guess sometime later, like 6-8 months later, he was notified by Maker World that you've been banned because all these downloads are happening. I don't know, something like that. I haven't watched his video on it, but something to that extent. So he said,
I don't know what the files are, but I'm really interested in what the files are, and I'd like to download them right now. So that's kind of annoying for me.
So yeah, I used to have all the Thundercats. I ended up printing them, and then years later, I sold them unpainted. And then he had a really cool one of the USS Enterprise, all the kids on it, and all the Star Trek people as little kids on top of the saucer section. Really cool. I evidently he must have posted that up there too. I don't know.
So Sam, since you were playing around at Anycubic's booth over there, the Cobra 3 Max, did they give a projected ETA for that one yet, or no?
Well, you know what? So the PR manager told me January, and then so what happened was, as you know, I was offered a deal with them, and maybe if you go to their website, you might see what I ended up shooting. I'm not entirely sure if they've posted it yet, but I did some work with them. We were in the we ended up coming inside of being outside of my contract with Creality, which is handy. So I was able to do the content that they wanted me to do without peeing anybody else off or being under a contract restriction. So we filmed on the S1, and we did this thing where we come into the booth and I talk about the printers, and I go round and I'm saying, hey, we got this, we got that, this is new, da, 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 da. And then we got to the Max, and I was like, this is great, because it was a 420 by 500, 8 color. Actually, I don't know if anybody else does that. I think this is the first large format bed slinger with 8 colors.
Yeah.
Like that's a big deal. So anyway, I posted the S1 combo video up, and that was on the Wednesday morning. And lots of people were saying, hey, what about the Max? What about the Max? What about the Max? So I was like, oh, okay, well, there's obviously interest for the Max. Let's go back the next day. So I went back and shot a load of stuff on the Max. So I messaged Anycubic and said, look, I've gone back. I filmed some more stuff with your guys, and I filmed some more stuff for my own stuff because everyone's talking about the Max. And they went, don't post anything yet, because I asked for like a spec sheet. Give me everything you've got on this machine, what the spec's going to be, what the price is going to be, so I can then just put out, I've shot on it. Let's talk about it as a first look rather than a review. And they said, about that, that's a prototype machine. And, it's probably best that you don't make a video on it. And I was like, what? Like that wasn't talked about. That wasn't the thing that you guys said. So that sort of sucked from that perspective. But at the same time, in my experience, if you've seen it at a show, it's not going to change significantly from what you saw at the show to what you end up seeing, when it turns up in a brown box. They tend to be exactly the same.
Well, yeah, if they spend all that money designing it and putting it out to show everybody, they're not going to, go spend $1 zillion more and change everything.
Very rarely. I mean, if you take Eligoo's Centuri carbon thing, there was a patent dispute, and that's where the delay is on that one. They won't tell you that, but that's a fact. There was a patent dispute on it, on how it operated and how it worked. So they had to change that. That's where there's a delay on that. Arco, of course, you've got a company that knows nothing about FDM printing trying to do FDM printing. So, that's where the delay was on that one. It's a shame because, I've got buddies at Slice Engineering that are putting their hardware onto this stuff, and they've effectively lost thousands of dollars because there's a massive delay due to Eligoo not, Eligoo in this case not, thinking about things. Wasn't Eligoo, sorry, Frozen. Arco. Sorry, this is the problem, right? There's so many printers, so many names, so many different things.
I am so glad I backed out of that one. I was going to buy 2 through Kickstarter. I am so glad I backed out.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Creality heard you talking.
Huh?
Well, thank God all these printers aren't on QVC, because I used to watch that years ago, and they're really good at talking you into everything. I think Sam Pros.
Yeah, Sam Froze.
They got them.
That Cobra 3 Max, I was watching the videos of it and everything. But yeah, it looks just like the Cobra 3, just it's bigger, just like they did with the other Cobras, the Cobra 2 and the Cobra 1. And we have a Cobra 1, we got a Cobra 3, we got a Cobra 2. But yeah, that would be the first large format. I mean, you're talking CR10 size printer that's going to do multicolor if it's real. But now, like you said, that's a bummer to hear, but that's any cubic for you.
So, whatever happened to Elgu's Orange Storm Giga 4 printhead? Has anyone seen one of those in actual person?
I was hacked then by the Chinese.
What about the Orange Storm Giga? Sam has one.
A forehead. He's asking about, does somebody have one that's set up with a forehead already? The design that it was originally said it could do.
A tool changer.
Yeah, they do the forehead. I personally I would be quite worried about that printer. And I said they went, how's it all going with it? And I was like, I'm worried to use it, and I have to sit there and watch it, because if there's one wrong move, that whole print head is destroyed. So I said I certainly wouldn't want to be trying to do 4 prints on it. The problem you've got is because there's 4 individual beds, when there's heat being delivered into that bed, as it heats and cools, there's certain amounts of movement in those 4 beds. And what ends up happening is the head will catch ever so slightly, just ever so slightly, and it ends up knocking the probes, and basically it then just messes everything up. So when people have a print fail, it's due to the fact that those beds, in my experience, is the reason for that movement. So what I said was, wouldn't it be really good if you just had one single PEI build volume? Exactly. And she went, yeah, we have one of those. I'll send it to you. And I'm like,
what?
I'm like, she goes, yeah, we've just started doing it. And I'm literally like, and it's my contact who I deal with like weekly from Eligo. Like, this is and I'm like, oh, it's you. Like, I've never met her before. And she's like, yes, it's me, Sam. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, okay, well, let's get on and do this. So I think we can reduce that overall movement and just have it as a more static bed. But 4 different beds trying to heat individually.
Yeah. What's the point in trying to have to adjust all those beds? You shouldn't have to do that in my mind.
No, but the thing is, if you're trying to, can you imagine how much the good news about that bed is that you could just heat one plate up. That's what they were trying to do. You know, Prusa does it on the XL. There's individual squares, and you can just heat. If you're just doing a benchy, you don't want to heat up the whole bed. You just want to heat up that one bed.
You just use a different printer and just use that printer for big jobs.
Sure, but I mean, 3D printing companies don't look at it like that, and you're only looking. And with respect, you're just looking at it from how you would do it. That doesn't mean that, you know, they're a PLA. Arguably, you don't have to have a heated bed. So, like, you're just putting in a PLA. But from experience, I always heat my bed, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think I need large printers.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I think you need probably a new house, is what I'd say if you were going to own that.
Come on,
that would be your house.
There you go.
But yeah, I want to print large, as you've seen at shows that I've been to. It's
oh my God, he's got a cat. He's got a cat in there as well.
I think that's wider. That looks wider than the Giga bed. I think that's wider than the Giga bed.
I mean, no, it's not wider than 800 millimeters is what the Giga.
That cat is like, this is my life now. Now I found my own house. I'm now living. This is living its best life now under a roof. The cat size.
Yeah, so this is a cat to. You know how you use a banana for perspective? Yeah, no, this is a cat for perspective.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I mean, I personally, if it was down to me with the Orange Storm Giga the way it is right now, is I would say I'd rather have the cubic capacity inside of a Bamboo Lab printer than I would wanting to have the Orange Storm Giga.
Okay.
So I would have more small machines to print big things. Then you cut down on failure rates. Can you imagine whacking like 5 or 10 kilos onto that thing and then it failing on 8? You know,
layer shift on you.
Yeah, but also the funny part was that I only saw them printing on one of those beds instead of huge prints.
I mean, they have other shows. They have printed the big vases and stuff like that. But I think the initial shock of everyone going, "Wow, that's amazing! That's going to be so cool," and they really wanted to shift the focus onto the Century. So,
yeah.
It
was
was
funny
a whole
to see.
bunch of small.
I mean, if you look at the Creality booth, there's a company there called Preocrete, who are a sister company to Creality, and they have pellet-fed printers, and their smallest printer is 600 by 600 on a bed slinger. That certainly would be more reliable than the Orange Storm Giga. So, and it's pellet form stuff. So yeah, it is a bit slower, but the biggest size that they go to is 8 mil. That's 8.0, not 0.8, 8 mil on a pellet fed printer. Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, no.
So Dreams Void, it's a that's their smallest industrial printer. So Preocrete is the sister company to Creality, basically doing everything that's industrial applications. So it's big. The hot end is kind of on a screw gear, so it's all kind of gravity fed, and it basically screws the filament in through the nozzle and through the hot heat exchange. So it's for an industrial application.
Yeah,
I don't think you'd see a Core XY from them. Put it that way. You might see a HBot, but that'll be about it.
Hello, Vincent.
but yeah, no.
Looks like you're ready for bed, Zach.
He's got his pajamas.
So, Sam, are you home for a while? Are you taking a break, spending with your wife and son, or are you going to take off again and go to another show?
Yeah, so 2 weeks it's Smurf. Then the week after that, I've got the R2 Builders group that I'm still very much involved with. Hosting an event for them down in Camberley, which is sort of just down the road from where I live. And then that's it until I maybe go to China. So, yeah.
Next time you go to China, try to get everybody to smile, since everybody doesn't know how to smile in China. Zora smiles, but most people don't. They're just stone-faced when you talk to them. So
Zora's awesome. I felt quite bad for her because obviously I went in and had a chat with them, and I was still quite angry. I like to think that I'd calmed down by that time, but I was still really peed off. And she burst into tears, actually. So not that because I was venting at her, but I think she was quite upset about the situation, and the manager at that point in time didn't seem to care. So I made sure that he felt that he should care by the end of the meeting. So yeah, I live near Windsor, not far from Windsor. You know, there's a big castle there. The Queen used to live there years ago.
Wait, you live in a castle?
No, I don't. The Queen did.
Oh, I'm saying, doggone, Sam, look at you go.
No. Yeah, so you're right though. Not a lot of them do smile, but Zora, yeah, she's so sweet, and it was great to see her in Germany as well because they don't let the pretty ones out. So just saying, that's, and I don't mean that as a derogatory term. I really don't mean that as a derogatory term. From my experience is that females in China that look a certain way have difficulty getting visas to go to different countries. And from what I was told, the idea is that they don't like letting people out because they might not return.
Yeah, like Naomi Wu that's disappeared for a long time.
Absolutely, yeah. And if I am able to do this last trip, I'm calling it the last trip, but if I do, I might see if I can get a hold of Naomi and see if we can maybe do something and just have a chat. But whether or not she'll be up for that, I don't know. But watch this space.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, you said you're doing our video when you come to the States for Remurf, right?
So the idea is you saw the Terminator video. Each time we go to a different location, the idea is to film a skit. So a bit like if you watch the end of a Marvel film, there's something at the end of the film. That's kind of the idea, is that we'd go and we'd film something with some people and just have a bit of fun around whatever that situation might be. I have a plan to do something, a return thing for Michael Laws from Teaching Tech, and that's following on from his t-shirt thing. So we'll wait and see if that happens at the next one or before. But yeah, there's definitely, I know for Murph, I think we're penning in doing a Breaking Bad scene with the filament. We got to cook the filament. The filament. So yeah.
Michael scared me with his new video with his mustache for Movember.
Oh, has he got a mustache?
He's got a caterpillar. He has a caterpillar up there now on his new video.
I haven't seen
know
that.
You know what that's for, right?
Yes.
For Movember.
Yeah.
He's raised about quite a bit of money for it too.
That's so awesome.
What are you gonna film for Smurf?
What am I printing for Smurf? Well, we've got an XL Death Racer.
What are you gonna shoot for Smurf?
Oh, nothing. No movie for Smurf because I don't have a camera crew with me. But as it happens, the camera crew that Any Cubic were using are in the UK. So certainly foreseeable videos in the future, if I'm doing anything in the UK, which is actually, to be honest, the only thing I really do in the UK is either stuff here or at Smurf. So potentially for Smurf next year, I wouldn't be able to get it done in that timeline, unfortunately.
Because I'll volunteer as tribute for a video.
Sorry,
we have a sacrifice.
All I heard was I would volunteer a tribute. What?
I volunteer as tribute.
Oh, okay, right. Hey,
okay. Sam, I had a new idea when I glue together this Joker. I'm going to use gloop, but I don't want to have to tape it and wait 24 hours. So I'm going to gloop the center of a part. I'll put super glue around it like I normally do with activator, stick it together. I'll hit it with activator. Boom, it's cured and dry. Then overnight, the gloop can take hold and make it a bond that'll never come apart. So I'm basically using super glue and glue.
Yeah, I mean,
ratchet. I'm not going to mix them. I'm not going to mix them.
You know, one ratchet strap might be pretty good with, as long as the alignment's there.
Well, the head and the way it's shaped, I'd have to tape them together with just glue, like I did on the big alien. Then I had some parts pull apart because even though I taped them and I held them for 30 or 40 seconds, once they cured a couple months later, that's when the upper section of the alien fell on the floor because it snapped. So I had to come back in with resin, 2-part epoxy, and re-glue it. So I figured on some of these parts, instead of just using super glue and activator, like I normally do, that works fine, but after however many years, it may lose its strength. I'll put gloop in the middle, put super glue around it, stick it, then I'll just spray it with activator, which cures the super glue instantly. Then overnight, the gloop will take hold and be good to go forever.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have the two chemicals don't have a reaction together, I think.
That'd really suck if it starts melting. It's like, oh no, I got to print it again.
Or worse, it's a chemical reaction that puts a very nasty gas.
Yeah, then you don't see me on camera no more because it didn't mix.
We'll be locked in the stream for the next 30 years. We'll all just be sat here waiting for things to happen.
Waiting for him to come back.
That was quite funny because when you went off, I was going, ask him if we can leave. And he's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can leave. The stream's off anyway. It's like, yeah, but are we stuck in here? What happens now? Like,
yeah, I was with StreamYard that I used to use for a couple of years. It would just stay running and running and running. When I come back, I'd take care of it then. And so I was going to make Matt a co-host again. That way he could run the stream. But I Googled it this morning. I think I messaged you. And it says that it still shuts down in 5 minutes if the host isn't there. So no matter what, which I think is stupid, it should be 15 or 20. That way, if something happens, you got time to get in. So if it happens again, I'll have to grab my cell phone. I tested it last night. I can drop back in as myself on my cell phone, wait for the internet to come out. That way the stream don't drop.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I did like the StreamYard format, but as you say, when they raised their prices, it was just ridiculous. I do like streaming direct from YouTube, but then you can't bring anybody in, and there's a lot more generally that you can do with these things. Restream is also pretty good, but again, it's all money, isn't it? And I'm probably around Christmas I'll do some more streams. I've got the Magneto X video about to drop. hopefully in the next couple of days. And I've got an enclosure kit that I'm going to basically install live. And then we do a filament giveaway and, you know, a bunch of other stuff. And oh yeah, so for Smurf, Flash Forge are doing a competition. It's take the most creative picture with me and post it online. That's the they're basically giving away one of those 4-color printers and a bunch of filament and some other stuff. So that's going to be fun. Probably not for me, but for other people it might be fun.
If there's a body pillow out there of you, it's going to be made.
Oh, please take a photo just in your pajamas with that, please. That would be amazing.
You got to have the little feet on them too. The little, you know, the little feet. Yeah.
Oh, this is it, is it? Okay, cool. Hey, that's awesome.
Here's two of the chest pieces, not all of it.
Wow.
Nick thought I was printing wood. He's not sure what I was working on. Let me full screen myself. Okay, here's 2 of the 3 chest pieces.
Wow.
And there's a big V piece underneath it. And then there's a big base that's 4 pieces. That's Nick. I was working with plastic, not wood. So anyway, that'll be pretty cool.
That's cool, isn't it?
And then I printed one in resin. Okay, here's his head in resin I did overnight from Sanix.
That's cool. Who's the STL by?
Sanix 3D. And he has a lot of his stuff up to 80% off of Black Friday. So I think his model's like $10 or something. It's kind of like your Lobo guy you got behind you, but it's a bust of Joker. Heath Ledger, Mr. J, he calls the file.
Oh, cool, yeah.
So
€5. Look at that. Why so serious? That's cool. Actually,
I used lightning infill. I went 800% on this. And what I was telling you last week when I went off is that's the whole roll of blue Polymaker because I kept having fails and problems. Eventually, I said, I'm just using lightning. I used up the rest of the blue, and then I printed the rest in red. I went hollow on everything but the base. The base will have 5% infill.
That's cool. Yeah. So you know, I don't know if you know the guy who works for Prusa called Prusa Guy. He does a lot of TikToks. He's pretty big on TikTok, and he does huge models for Prusa to show off at their events. And he's sending me a fully finished K2SO after Smurf. So that's a 7 foot.
I haven't lined up right, but there's a chest piece.
That's great, isn't it? That is really good. That is really good.
All that's on the Solville SV08.
Yes.
Wow, I'm surprised it's worked that long.
And then I was having problems with one of the 3 parts. I couldn't get it to print. That's when me and Matt, we went into a 3D Builder and recut it. And I'm like, God, I don't want to reprint these other 2. So once I got the new nozzle from Sobel, some people donated some money to me last stream. I bought 2 new nozzles, a hardened steel. For the Sobel, I put that on. I reprinted that part, and it worked fine. Because when in Orca Slicer, when I cut the model, I didn't save the files. I went ahead and I sliced all 3. So if something screws up, I can't print on a different printer because I've already sliced it. You can't edit a slice. A G-code file, you're stuck. You can't do nothing with it. So, but I finally got it to print. And then I had some TH3D filament in it yesterday, printing the last part of the base, which is here's 1 of 4 pieces for the base. I got about halfway done. I woke up this morning and I'm printing in midair because the black filament clogged the extruder. The all metal hot end. I had it turned up to 245 degrees. I had about 1 inch of black and the rest of it is just printing in midair. So I took the roll, it ticked me off. I threw it in the garbage and got rid of it, like half a roll. And put a different nozzle on it. And had some issues, and I wound up breaking my ceramic heater, so I had to order a new one. So I'm waiting on a new heater now.
Oh my God, they do an amazing Darth Maul as well. That Darth Maul model is absolutely insane. Printer block helmet. How big's my head? I've got no idea.
What side are you on right now?
I'm on the Sanix 3D.
Okay.
I've not seen their stuff before.
Oh yeah, I've been printing from him since 2017 when I first got into it.
Good God, that looks amazing.
Have you guys heard of Nico Industries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you guys think their files?
I've only printed a couple, so I don't have much of an opinion.
Okay.
They've got quite a sizable Bumblebee transformer as well.
Nico's been around designing models for really long. As long as I've been in 3D printing, Nico's been around.
Yeah,
there you go. They've got a very buff Mario.
That plaque, I think I printed that a long time ago. I didn't finish painting it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I'm feeling very tired and drained.
Well, thank you for coming on, Matt. I hope you have a wonderful week. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Bless you, Matt. You've obviously had a busy day, look.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
Well, now, Matt, you can go find your favorite cartoon character jammies and be like Zany Maker Zach, and you can go to bed.
Yeah. If what character pajamas would you wear, Matt? If you could right now.
I'm not telling you.
Sounds like Sailor Moon to me.
Gotta get his hair in pigtails.
Yeah.
You guys have some nasty fantasies.
Yes.
No My Little Ponies.
My Little Ponies.
And like that, he was gone.
Alrighty.
This is quite cool, isn't it?
Anybody have any questions in chat, or anybody else want to drop in on camera that I know? You're welcome to do so. I'll be streaming for at least another 20 minutes. We've got 31 people watching on YouTube and Twitch. And we gave away 2 rolls of Polymaker filament earlier. The reason for that is last week I got kicked off camera before I give it away, so I doubled it up this week. And I don't think Polymaker will care. It's still 1 roll a week. And I already got out the winner's information. They already got their link and code to use.
Hey, Sam, you don't mind what material and what film I use to make your deck, right?
Well, it's gonna have to be Polymaker, isn't it?
That's why I'm asking. Like, do you specifically want Polymaker filament or?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that offline, and I'll get you some stuff sent out. Is that cool?
Oh, I was just going to use the 200 kilograms I have here.
Okay, well, we can get it replenished either way. We can, we'll work it forward.
Sam, when you usually buy Sanix's models, you can get lychee, pre-sliced for lychee, pre-sliced for cheetah box, or just STLs. I usually slice STLs and I pre-support them myself in resin. Then I'll size them up or down. So anyway, they come out in usually 3 different formats.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking just like a normal FDM style print. So I'd have to kind of work out how to get around it, but I'm sure there's a way.
So the Orange Storm Giga, is that a printer that you would use very often, or is it kind of a novelty thing? It's it needs work.
Yeah, if it worked, I'd use it all the time. I'd be printing on it right now if it worked, but it doesn't work. The thing is, what I've found a lot of people are like, hey, I've had a really good first couple of prints, and then all of a sudden they go very quiet. Same even with Joel. If you look at what Joel's videos say, he's working with I forget the guy's name now, Luke's lab. Working with Luke's lab, blah 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 blah. It's all good, and then you hear nothing because clearly something's happened. Luke's lab hasn't put, as far as I'm aware, any files out. I've been asking him, was like, look, where can I buy this kit from that you're putting out? I haven't heard anything on that since, which is a shame because I want it to work.
Yeah.
So
because something that big commercial version would cost you like 10 grand or something or more.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, the thing is, this is one of those things where the community needs to dig in. They need to come up with a solution altogether, and then we all just need to kind of suck it up and pay a few $100s to get it working. That's the basis of it.
What's that YouTube channel on the line? I can't think of the guy's name, but he built the big giant one himself. It's got a pedal extruder on it.
So I was out with Ivan this week, and
no, not Ivan Miranda. It's a different guy.
Really?
He built a great big giant printer. heavy duty. It's got a pellet extruder on it, and then he went and got an Orange Thorn Giga.
I
know who you're talking about. I
The
forget
guy
his
that made the
name.
tank and all that other stuff.
No, that's Ivan Miranda. No, little skinny young guy. I can't think of his channel name.
Skinny young guy in 3D printing.
Never
Dr.
seen
Flow. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Joe. Jose.
Dr. Deep Flow.
Yeah, Dr. D Flow. Yeah, Dr. D Flow.
Flow. Okay, I'll check them out.
Yeah, he's got a great channel. But yeah, comparing the Orange Thorn Giga to like the professional one that he built, it's like night and day. I mean, if you got endless amounts of money or you're a multimillionaire, you wouldn't own an Orange Thorn Giga. You would have this other one that's like commercial quality grade, something you'd have at Sam's Company, something like that. That's where you'd use it. You wouldn't have an Orange Thorn Giga. One's like a toy, one's commercial. It's kind of like a comparison. Yeah, Dr. D Flow, he's got a good channel.
The guy who was on earlier, he had that sort of hand. He had an arm or a hand or something.
That was Fragments.
What was that model called?
It was a camera mount or something. I'm not sure what that was.
Okay.
It looked like a camera mount or something. I'm not sure. I can find out. I can message you.
Okay, that's right. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't literally the model that I was looking at on that Sanex thing.
I'll ask him. I can message him.
Okay.
Oh, man, am I stupid.
Zach, what are you hiding there when you're not at the festivals?
What?
What are you hiding in those things when you're not at the festivals?
His cat.
The people I shrink down, and I host my royal balls in here.
Your royal balls.
Yeah, my royal balls. I shrink people down, and then we all party in here.
Oh, and you put your jewels in another one, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's just little space.
Well, careful you don't catch on anything when you.
Okay, wait for the camera to focus. And I don't know why Talk Studio takes so long, but in a minute it'll come in non-blurry.
Yeah, it's so weird because on my end it looks super focused, but on the YouTube
I'm seeing it blurry. It hasn't came in yet.
Okay.
There it is. Well, it's trying to. Now I got brighter. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Build it up with a lot of minis. You can sit around and play all day long like you're 10 years old.
Yeah. Or you're 30 years old and play D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has a full interior on it. Man, I'm going to be painting this and hopefully have it completely done by next weekend.
Looking good.
I'm worried about my sanity next week because I have 4 days off.
You should have a Santa hat on to match your shirt.
Yes.
A what?
Santa hat.
Oh, a sleeping cap?
Yeah.
And a bottle of milk.
Yep. Some cookies with you.
Just tell us you're not wearing a onesie.
Hey. I wore a onesie last week.
Oh, is that why that date didn't work out?
Yeah, for our live stream last week, it was pajama night. Zach, you got 5 votes, believe it or not, for yours. So
really?
Yeah, he got 5 votes for his.
I was thinking I wasn't there. I don't know why I got 5 votes.
So I couldn't have been there because I was sleeping in my car.
Yeah, I was kind of figured that. We actually said that in the stream. I said Zach said he's probably not going to make it, but we're still going to put his picture up here on the stream anyway. So just in case he shows up. I kind of figured you wouldn't.
Had enough. Okay, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, we have another one tonight. She's got her. So finally, I got the wife a sublimation printer so she can leave me alone for a little while. Just for a little while.
Wait.
So she's going to unbox
what time tonight?
12:30? 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, at 11:30 Central Standard Time for Saturday night stream. So it's Saturday overnight stream.
Yeah, last Saturday you were on. I think it was Saturday after my stream. I said hi in chat, and I never got a hi back. You just kept chatting about whatever you were doing. It's like, okay.
When she's here, I get distracted. But the good thing is this is supposed to be her stream and her printer thing experience. So I get to be the IT guy. So I get to answer all kinds of chats. So won't miss anything this time.
Some streams don't interact with chat and they just talk among themselves. Then other streams try to interact. And here I know we always try to interact with chat all that we can while we're gabbing to each other. So because if it wasn't for chat, we wouldn't be here. That's the whole point behind it. Interact with the makers out there. And
whenever she's on stream, it's literally a husband and wife. So it's just this for most of it. I gotta go, no, there's something on stream. There, somebody said something. Respond. So yeah, this time I get to sit in the background and just this is gonna be fun for me anyway.
I will try and make this one. I'm not going. I shouldn't be out too late.
I got you, Zach. If you make it, you don't. If you do, either way.
Yeah, Sam. Whenever I get an answer from Frag on what that was, I'll PM it to you and I'll tell you what it was.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
But yeah, no. When you have 4 Long Island iced teas, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I see. I taste color.
Yeah, and then the wife is going to make some announcement about our 10K celebration and everything. And I'm like, can't we just wait till like January to do it? But everybody's like, no, you got to do it now. You've already done your 10K, so you got to do some kind of celebration for it. So I'm like, great. Oh, well.
Next week, I want to do a 24-hour live stream starting at the usual Friday evening hangout. And I think until Jerry's stream starts at my time, something like that, 24 hours.
I think YouTube has a limit, and so check on that before you do it. Because the other guys, when they had the wildfires down in Australia, I can't think of the guy's name that works for Prusa. Shane, same old Shane, was doing a multi-day stream, and it wasn't saving it. So check and see what that is. YouTube.
I know there's a limit of 12 hours. If you're going over like 1 or 2 minutes, the whole stream is not being saved. So I will put it in 3 sections. Everything is going to be set up during this week, but every section is like 8 hours. So you get a 3-part live stream, but for me, it's just 24 hours. Raising money for the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation as as the goal to raise a lot of money for that. Also every hour there will be 1 giveaway or maybe 2, depend on how much brands are sponsoring it as well. So still working on that.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, be quiet. She randomly does that.
Alexa, turn off lights.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, order 12 dozen eggs.
I'm not set up. Alexa.
What else?
Oh, I forgot I got one in here. Oh.
Hey, Kenny,
Alexa,
shut up.
cancel.
Kenny, shut up.
What? I said I forgot I got one in here. I got my soundbar working.
I'm going. Okay, now I'm going to my Amazon cart to see what's in my cart.
12 dozen eggs?
Yeah, it's there, but I don't have anything set up to auto buy, so it's in my cart.
It just puts it in the cart, man. It's just it doesn't buy it.
Some people have it set up so it buys it. Like for my
Those people are idiots.
So this printer, when it runs low on ink, it'll automatically order ink and ship it to me.
I'm sure you could turn that off.
I actually have it set up.
I don't let any device go into my wallet.
Just your wife.
Just that, yeah.
Well, that's a different subject.
If you call your wife a device, I feel like you should be concerned.
Wow.
No.
Hey, but like I said, she cooks. She does
My
laundry.
wife's not on my bank account. I take care of everything. I pay for everything.
I take care of everything too, and she cooks, and she washes the laundry. She makes the bed. She makes all my meals.
Sounds like a slave.
Yeah, I cook and I clean and I do all that.
She does that
And if I ask my wife to do anything, she says, "I'm not your mother." That's her answer.
Yeah.
And then she goes back to watching TV.
Hey, if I tried to cook,
Oh, she's here. She hears me. She's in the living room.
If I tried to cook, she'd throw me out of the kitchen, even though I paid to remodel it.
Yeah, my wife says I'm a good cook.
I'm a good cook too, but she won't let me. Obviously,
They
a good
don't
cook.
want my
Look at me.
cooking. I can make some drinks, real good drinks, though.
Some good what?
Mixed
Some
drink.
good drinks.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one thing you're gonna find out about me and me. I quit drinking. So I'm boring.
We're not boring, Kenny. We were observing the environment as it happens as around us. Those drink around us. It's fun.
It is,
Yeah,
especially
that's
when you're a
true.
bartender doing
That
it.
is true because years ago, a friend of mine who since passed away that used to work at the Sands, he went with me and my wife to go see Joe Cocker, who opened for Steve Miller Band, and he used to sell and everything, smoke, and he's always usually wasted, little short New Yorker guy, Italian guy, always liked his giants, stuff like that. But yeah, he was, and we're at the Orleans Casino, and he's just amazed all the people that are stoned and drunk, and we're like, dude, that's normally you,
Yeah, Jose.
and we're both straight.
Jose, my son calls his Alexa computer. I call mine Alexa. I think you only got a choice between the two names.
No, you got about 3 choices, and you can also change it to a dude.
Yeah, you change to a guy's name. Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
I don't either. I don't want some man going, I can't help you with that.
When I first got Alexa, I was like Simon Says. She would say anything I'd tell her to say, but now they fixed that right away. So if you want her to talk dirty to you, you say it how you want her to say it. She'd repeat what you say. But
no more. Now she goes, doo-doo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know that one.
How do you guys know that?
But
Actually,
it still has
don't
a
tell me
sense of humor. It still has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Ask her if she farted, and she'll let you know. She's even got different kinds of farts.
Alexa.
Hey, anyway, on that note, it's really good to see everybody. Take
Sounds like this is getting weird for me now.
Yeah. And may the force be with you, and no doubt we'll see you same time next week. So yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on, Sam. I really appreciate it. Keep up the great
guys.
content. Great work.
Cool. Enjoy your fart humor. We'll see you later.
Later.
So did you ask it, Jerry?
No, Sam started talking about that, and I didn't ask it. There was a video I seen on Instagram, and wherever, I don't know if it's an infrared camera. It picks up heat, and somebody's filming people and animals pooping, and it's showing it on the infrared camera. Is that real? I'm sure you've seen it, right?
Oh God!
Whenever they shoot, the infrared camera is picking it up.
No,
now I have to watch that. Thanks, Jerry. Now I got to watch that later.
Well, there were three cats laying down. The center one toots, and the first cat on the infrared camera looks at him. So I'm thinking it must be real.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think I saw that one, Jerry.
Yeah, and the people too. They're filming people at night or wherever walking down the street. Infrared.
Animals I can handle, but watching somebody else.
What?
No.
I wouldn't ask you anything.
That is too gross, man. I mean, I know we all do it.
Oh.
But no.
I mean, in my line of work, you see some crazy stuff, so.
I got all these beat.
Oh, in hotels?
I don't know. I don't know. Have you ever seen a person say, "Oh, hey, some wood glue would be good to fix my denture"?
No, but I have somebody had somebody say I thought the front door was the entrance to the garage with their car.
Ooh,
that's a stupidity.
So's the wood glue
through the window,
right to the lobby.
Old Curmudgeon, how you been? Haven't seen you in a long time.
When
$250 for a thermal dog wall. I guess you plug it into your phone.
Okay, when Janice, my wife, was working when I was up in Salt Lake with Tradesman International, I was a recruiter. She, for a short duration, did Costco samples. Some Chinese guy walked up to her. She was doing detergent samples. He actually downed it, and it was detergent.
It's like the Tide Pool challenge that kids did. Oh my gosh!
I think he didn't know that she wasn't doing food. I think he didn't know.
See, I like getting yelled at for being not the hotel that the person booked at, and why didn't they book with us? And it's our fault that they didn't book with us. Those are my favorite dummies.
Yeah, a lot of people that don't take blame when it's their fault.
I also found out 3 weeks ago, someone died in one of the chairs.
Oh, speaking of chairs,
office.
You guys hear about Knott's Berry Farm? One of the rides got stuck.
Oh yeah, up in there, the thing it spins around and twirls around or something.
Yeah.
You spin my head.
And then Jay Leno, he had a little ride down a hill. And 60-foot hill, and 72 years old, and he ran down or rolled down the hill and hit a rock.
Alrighty. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 50 seconds. We got 29 people watching on YouTube and Twitch. I think I'm going to raid out. Unless you guys got anything else you want to talk about.
You guys have anything?
Well, we can talk about farts again.
Yeah.
We'll pass on farts here.
Oh, pass the fart? Okay.
Alrighty. I'm going to raid into Loyal Moses. He's streaming. I'm not sure what he's giving away today. It says Saturday giveaways and toys. He's got somebody else on camera with him. Let me start the raid for Twitch. And I want to thank everybody that's watching on Twitch. Have a great day. We'll be back next Saturday. Same channel, same station. We go to my videos.
Save a turkey and kill hog this Thursday.
Everybody have an awesome Thanksgiving and a great week. And I really appreciate each and all you guys. And everybody on camera, have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for coming. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. You too.
Here goes the raid right now. Take care, guys.